Bring back Brenda. She is fighting for justice for her family. Her husband wrongfully imprisoned. Her children stolen by CPS. She fights day in and out for them. No CPS, free her husband. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. Bring back Brenda. She is fighting for justice for her family. Her husband wrongfully imprisoned. Her children stolen by CPS. She fights day and night.
Brenda used to walk these streets with pride. Her husband Chris, a patriot by her side. But the weight of the world came crashing down when the government tried to take the ground. They stole Chris away, said he was a threat, left Brenda alone with words of regret. CPS came knocking, took her children too, but Brenda stood tall like the sky so blue. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through. Every day she fights for what's been lost, pays the price, bears the cost. Whispers of hope through a podcast wave, telling her story, she'll be brave. In the heartland, they know her name, her struggle, her passion, her undying flame. She dreams of a day she'll hold them tight, Chris and the kids in the morning light. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through.
Down on this. Hey, hey, ho, ho, ho. What's happening? And, well, I love that picture. I love that picture, even though that's the fake me. That wasn't really me in the picture. I wonder why. Darren must have liked that picture. My hair's pretty dark on that. That's it's a newer picture. It's not from that time, though. But there's nothing wrong with that picture that came with that. In fact, one day I'll pull it out and show you guys, or Darren probably would. I like the way it says freedom for Chris. Man, I'm trying to send out some invites. I fell asleep for a little bit, and I failed you guys yesterday because I was grabbing some extra hours at my new job, which will be unnameless. You know, I was trying to share it. Hey, Factor Lies, and John's here and everything, but I was trying to share it with my. See if y'all can find. Come on my channel, which is Brenda Cambron. That way you can get the little crowns. And I don't know what these crowns are gonna do for me, but I like to have a crown. I mean, I'm like Trump over here with the crown. No, it wasn't Trump's idea that he was acting like a king. It was theirs. And I heard things were heating up over there in California again. I just been having quite a few hours, so I did not keep it up with everything that's going on. What about you guys? Any news on the home front? I'm trapped in here. I think I wanted to have this. I think I'm going to have this on the other side, guys. My little tripod. I mean, it's beaten and worn just like me, but I do survive. Yeah, it's a little rickety thing. I have it what we used to call rigged, and rigged, because I mean there's nothing wrong with that, but with me, everybody's going to take offense to what I say that doesn't know I'm just a fun-loving person, that life was destroyed by CPS and law enforcement that decided they would get together like gangs and start bullying us for our children. I mean, it's something that is bizarre, like Bizarro World or something like that. Am I right, man? Well, let me if if you got some facts you want to share with me, you can do it through text. I'll see if I can play it up here. In fact, I'm gonna have to turn my brightness down on this before it blinds my own eyes. But when I turn that right down, that way I could show something if Darren isn't out back. I was thinking, did y'all hear what Mel Gibson is doing? He's saying that Neeson guy is nothing but trouble. I threw up a video about Mel Gibson today. I might even have some more that I didn't post because, like I say, I haven't. That's Danielle. She's texting me. But anyways, everybody's just trying to hang in. I mean, God forbid, sometimes we're just dragging on for dear life, and because it's just unfucking believable. I mean, like I say, I really feel like I'm living in a bizarro world. I swear to God. So that's going to be hard to follow up on what was going on there with, I don't even know who that was. In fact, because I wasn't, like I said, I was in dream zone probably about 7 minutes or so before Punisher gives me a call. And,
Well, hello.
I seen you on my shoulder, like she's on my shoulder, just like in
Like,
real life.
flick it off. Just flick it off. Like, I figured I'd pop in. Yeah, he put it. I'm backstage, but I was just gonna say, hey, let you finish talking. And I was gonna go watch some Mel Gibson stuff because I watched it earlier, but I wanted to.
What else is going on, Danielle? Like in the news, because like I said,
I know a Cobb County Superior Court clerk got arrested for destroying files yesterday. She's been destroying case files, like files, court files, and she got arrested. Hey, John, and she was arrested. And she was a court clerk, like her Superior Court in Cobb County, which is the county next to me.
So you're well aware of those people down there at that court, aren't you? Like,
yeah.
Who's related to who, and
there's somebody I know that's related to somebody I know that works in that office.
Wow.
And so, and that's really close right there. So I mean, if they found somebody guilty of that, and I mean, apparently she is guilty because she got arrested. So it makes you wonder, and it's too close to home, and that's kind of messed up. It makes me sick to my stomach, honestly.
Look at my shirt. Be kind.
That's what Alex says. Be kind to everyone. Be kind. Yep.
My sister says that one too. But
hey,
this
everyone.
lady at Fashion Connect just gave me this shirt. I'm like, thank you.
That's awesome. Look, I got stripes on today. Like, I don't know what the heck
I just asked you, and I had stripes on when you called. I'm like, oh, look like there's a stain on my shirt.
Look, I like the person in the background on your thing. Like, look, that's Brenda. Let me find out. What's that? She bringing it back, ain't she? Oh.
See that waist? My God! Like, is that?
That was like so when I was like. That was 20, 30 years ago in my dreams. I could dream like, but that, look, I like that.
I never saw myself like that, even when I was like that. Even when I look back at these pictures, I'm like, what is that even possible? Like I had,
Right. I wish. I
Have the
wish I was.
kangaroo pouch, guys, and what this did
That's
to
what I call it too. My kangaroo pouch.
I'm like what we endured for our children, and then it's like I say, when you're younger, it's easier to bounce back. But I had my children later in life, and a lot of people would think, "Oh, these are your grandchildren," because my sister actually has a grandson the same age as my youngest, so that's interesting. And she's got her whole thing going on. I wonder why Vicky May never comes on. I should text her. She goes to bed early, but
She
it's
comes
a
on. She came
Saturday.
on before, didn't she?
Yeah, she came in the chat, and
Oh.
because she's an advocate for epilepsy, children especially with epilepsy, because that's what her son has. And I mean, she deals with the same type of thing where the mom is
Wendy's
single mom, goes to work all day, but they don't have any programs helping them with watching
childcare, or
not at all,
nothing.
because it has to be hands-on. It has to be your family, because you got to know how to react when one of these seizures happen.
Yep.
And
you got to know what you're doing. You got to be like a familial, like you have to know what's going on. Family, preferably, someone that's close to the child, and they don't offer that. Like they're trying to get away from that. They're trying to break familial bonds and just put these kids in facilities and stuff. But they want to say that these parents are unfit. I don't prove it.
And who are they to say? That's what I'm wondering.
Right.
Who are they to
Where's
say?
your proof?
No? I was looking up, well, not that I spend my time, looking up judges or anything like this, but I was going through TikTok. Now listen to this. I swear to God.
Brenda. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't even know who it is. I have no idea who it is. I don't even, maybe I friend people, I don't know. But on, I think it was TikTok where the lady, I keep saying a lady because I feel it has to be a lady, but I have no idea. But she shows a photograph of a house, and she said, "This is our judge's house." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And somehow that's okay to me. I take that like with all the things that happened, recently in the country. People are feeling this is a threat, that is a threat. I mean, what really constitutes a threat to me is you pounding on my door and ripping my kids out of there. That's threatening to me.
I'm turning on the weather stuff right now, y'all, as we speak. Facts over live. Got me. I'm gonna turn it on. She said there's flooding northwest of me, and that's it's been acting up here in the last week or so around here, and it's just crazy how the weather's being.
Really?
Yeah. The weather, it flooded. It started flooding. It started flooding the other day.
Perfect weather. I can't get any more perfect weather when I'm in the zone, guys, of the perfect weather. Now, come on and down and see me.
See what
bringing Brenda back is also bringing Brenda's Airbnb. How about that?
Is that right?
That's
Airbnb.
Right. I'm going to start advertising for this.
Look, that's what's up. Look, bring your Brenda back. Y'all want to bring something?
You want to get like a good hometown cooking and a good
kick-butt action, some kick-ass action.
Day, hell yeah!
Some I'm gonna straight up front
map. Hell yeah!
So see what John says. He said he got some news.
And Chris Brayton, God forbid, Chris.
Yes.
I fell asleep. I know I wanted to talk to Chris again.
I do need to talk to her.
Chris, if you want to, Chris, you can let
they want you to do a Zoom class.
What's going on with Chris?
I want to know more about what John said too about the Davos meeting, because that the whole thing with Russia is worrying. Like Canada, what's been going on? I would love to hear what's going on in Canada, because I haven't been in the news.
We want to know the news.
Yes, and then Chris. And then the flooding in Georgia, we did have some big bad storms yesterday, but I'm turning on my weather thing now. Facts or lies. Thanks for letting me know that, because I did not know that. And I hope Floyd County, that's in Rome. Oh boy. Okay, I'm definitely going to pull up the weather thing. And then thank you, Facts or lies, for letting me know that. That's Rome. That's not very far from me, Brenda. So that's great.
Wow.
So we're going to go watch some storms Yay.
Storm watching. I like it. When I really had the storm coming through, but I couldn't get a hold of Hurricane Hoochie, but I ended up on my own there. Oh man.
And
I'm
then
telling you, man, I'm watching the forms of the clouds are just like, it's almost like God is sending us a sign, man. I really
it
believe in
is.
that. I believe in the power of prayer, and
I'm
that's
telling you,
just the way
like,
I
yeah.
am.
And Chris, we'll go back to that, Brenda, definitely, because I remember something you said earlier on the phone about that. But
Yeah,
you
we're talking about Chris.
can John put videos? Yeah, Chris, I see where she said a Zoom, but it said, can I put video links in the chat? You should be able to, John. If not, somehow you can send them on Messenger, maybe, Brenda?
You could send it on Messenger to me or Danielle. It's just under our names under the Messenger. That way, I could get it up here on my phone because I don't have your number, John.
Me neither. Canada is I haven't been in the news, and I know stuff's going on, and I need to catch up, y'all, because I've been, my face is swollen. But Chris, your son, why do they want you to take a 30-minute? Oh, where's he at right now?
So as far as I understand it, he's about 4 or more hours away from where she's at. And now they're talking about, I don't understand why you're calling it a class, Chris, a Zoom.
Is he in a home or a residential treatment facility?
In fact, if you don't mind, Chris, I could read some of her texts that, in fact.
Is he in a home, or is he with a foster parent, or is he in a facility?
He's with some different foster people than he was in the beginning, and I think the foster people now are better. But I had a conversation that she sent me between her and the
they wanted to assume Brenda.
It was like the caseworker.
There's that.
And it was like because she was getting, I think, 3 hours of video call visits. I'm like,
they did 2 hours a week with me and my son, but I called every day. Call Chris. This is what I advise. Especially with him being so far away, they only gave me 2 hours a week, but I made sure to call, and I was like, say if my time was scheduled for like 7:30 at night, right? I would call 30 minutes before and to make sure they knew. But I called every day. I'm sorry. If they're going to make me visit my child over a freaking Zoom, I'm going to check on my kid every day. Be persistent and just call as much as possible, because they can't deny you that call. Your child is entitled to talk to you, and you can talk, because I was very persistent in that.
If you're going through like a case plan,
sorry, my thing froze.
In your case, Danielle, you weren't going through a case plan.
No,
but it's just they
like the guy, like Henry, that guy that was on the last show, right? He was saying, how can you make that connection still with your kid over a Zoom? Or I've been there. I've been through that experience, and it's hard, y'all. It's hard because I can feel for Chris, because they want to sit here and they want to. Your child's going through something, and you can't hold them. You can't be there for them. And it tears you down. Like, let me tell you, it's 2 years, y'all. 2 years I went through this. And my son was a lot stronger than I was, because I knew on the other side, behind that screen, on the flip side, like, I was looking at my son, but I knew somebody was back there trying to intimidate him, right? But, we've seen video visits, Brenda.
I mean, we didn't. Okay, so my kids were taken back in 2016, if nobody knows. And their video visits were very rare back then. And in fact, then what did we call it?
Are you saying
Skype? It was Skype.
Skype, okay. Yep. And did you get to see them more in person?
In court. Okay, my daughter in court, and I have a copy of this court media, but she's like, she wanted to Skype with her mom and dad, and they were supposed to make arrangements with the judge and the
they never
did, but that Jason Katz is like, oh well, we
have
that dude. places where they're placed have that ability for Skype. Like we never got that option to do
So
that.
it's like the facilities are the places we're trying to. So she was in a facility at that time, Brenda? Sorry, my camera keeps
No,
freezing.
she was in just a regular foster placement, which they said that's the only way they would facilitate that. If I mean, why couldn't they take the kids to a place where they could facilitate that? I don't understand.
And
right?
like with my visits,
Possibility.
before they sent my son to Texas, I got to see him one time before he was sent, because they came and got him in the middle of the night without me knowing. And yeah, that's like the worst thing ever. That's like kidnapping in real time, you know, like come swoop him up in the middle of the night, like the Taken movie. Like, holy crap. Like, you know, it was just, and then they didn't call and say anything. But back to the, sorry, I'm getting off, but they went to a park. Like, we met with the provider. I met with the guy that had my son at a park. Why couldn't they do that with you? Why couldn't they do that? Why can't they do that with Chris?
I go tell you, even towards the beginning of the visits, where we used to get 2 hours, with the kids, but they strictly made us stay in this small room. It's probably about as big as my living room, which isn't that really big. And it was made for kids. They had like miniature chairs and stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I imagine my butt trying to fit in one of those.
Activities they make it look like a house, like a real home.
Yeah,
there's
like a
difference
homey
between a house and a home, people. But
yep.
And then they had like sprinkler out back. They had like more for bigger kids. They had a foosball table, but we weren't allowed to use any of that because there wasn't a camera out there. And even though they took so much trouble into taping each one of these visits, they acted like it was a trouble downloading them. We never seen these videos. I tried for years to get these videos, and somehow they got stuck in some archive somewhere.
So they wanted to record your visits? Is what you're saying?
They insisted on it, that's the way it was going to be. That was part of the plan. Yeah.
Wow, that is... Wow.
It's like we're lab rats or something.
Right. So they wanted to record them, but how is that even having a like you are a lab rat? Yeah.
I think they somehow thought it was going to help them in court, but the kids were going,
so they see how you bond with your kid
on their arms, and the blood, like my son came with like a bloody foot. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. And so we'd have the kids go up to the camera and say, oh, we'll show them that, is that why you're doing these recordings, to see?
Did they ever throw that up in court? Those visits?
They didn't throw it up in court because nobody ever produced those freaking videos after.
And they wouldn't so they weren't on the record or anything. And Chris said it was at her house for 3 hours. And was that before, Chris? Like, you got visitation at your house. You were able to take the kid home.
They brought the kids to her.
Yeah.
And I think, wow, well, that's the way it should be too. Why are you going to make the parent go away like we had to do, over an hour drive, to go see the kids? So, it's a whole day event. You got to drive, all the way to go see them, come back. I mean, and that's traumatizing just to have to do that, to think you as a parent, now all of a sudden you have to go and run around like a slave, pretty much, which the kids end up being slaves to the system as well. Like, they're using my kids, even though they said, oh, both my kids have delays, which they found out real quick that Chris.
I'm gonna go check this, Brenda. Okay, be right back.
Okay, but they will continue to say that, and it's like, really, I don't understand your protocol when you're dealing with these, like I said, these things that are happening because of the care of the children is not what it should be. But then you turn around and notice, well, when it doesn't look good for them, then I don't want to be any part of it. So can you guys think of anybody that I didn't invite? Classic Mom. What about Priscilla? I haven't seen her around in a while. Jamie Neiman, I don't know if you guys knew it, but I did a show with her, and I think they don't do lives. They do, she has somebody edit, which is a nice thing. But I mean, I'm used to doing it raw. So if she has that video, I should have videoed it, but it's, what is it? The voice, number 4, the voiceless, voice for the voiceless. And when she comes out with that video, we did an hour hour interview. And so unmasking foster care corruption. Danielle's putting in where you can email her. He's going to send it to the email, and then Danielle will post. Okay, let me get back up on this.
Yeah, because my email, the email that he sent it to, that's Darren's, the Hunting Justice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he could send it, I can hit up Darren. I don't even know. I don't know where he went.
So John, if you didn't see that, it's unmasking, all one word, foster corruption
at Gmail.
At gmail.com.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
that's why I like to use Gmail. I like Gmail because, I mean.
And tell her I'm going to check out the weather right now. Brenda, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sorry.
And okay. And my email is Brenda Cambron, just my name, 91 at gmail.com. If anybody ever wanted to email me, hey, Fact Over Lies, if there's some exciting thing going to be happening soon with Allie Carter, isn't that right? Let me see if I can find anything on her, because, Allie Carter, even though what she has to say may not be appealing to the ear, I'm telling you, she's getting out there and saying the truth about the horrors that are within this foster care system. I mean, we're living in America, guys. Okay, this is not a third world country, but how is that this could happen in the good old US of A? Oh, look at this, guys. Okay, so anybody that has my number, the first one to just send me a text is going to win these wonderful jewelry. Okay, now it has very patriotic, and also, if you're not into the patriotic, we got these little danglers that look like cactus with a little it's got a heart on it, and these are cute. And there's some little ones that are little boots. Okay, and the hats, they're all patriotic. So there's your earrings for those of you who have pierced ears. Of course, some of them I wouldn't put in your nose, but if somebody has a nose thing, I think those little hat ones would be just that would be a sight to see. She's saying, oh my God, in the chat, Chris Brayton, I love you. Okay, let's get back to that. I'm gonna go. Unfortunately, I'm trying to get caught up on all my texts and stuff like that. And Chris, I do want to talk to you. I had to get caught up on my sleep though. For some reason I got up at 4:30 in the morning, and then I got a lot of stuff to do around the house. I work at a job, but I also got to try to keep up with my house and cut my lawn and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm not rich. I don't pay somebody to cut my lawn, but I live in a neighborhood where it must be something. Okay, so let me go back. Let me see. Chris, this is from Chris Brayton. And now if anybody knows Debbie Anderson comes in the chats also. That's grandmother of Chris's son, John, is also named John. So we have a lot of Johns in our life. And the John that's up on the board, that's the John in Canada. So we got people from all over this, this world. Because you think about it, guys, we can be shot out there to, I should have tried to, if I could do it on my phone, send the link to, X. I'm on Rumble, on TikTok as well. I think it's a good way to get some posts up and get the things. But I'm getting more views on my my Facebook now. Okay, I'm going to tell you, this is just something that Chris Brayton sent, and this was from her caseworker or whatever, maybe the guardian ad litem type thing that Chris has got going on. She's got a case plan going on right now and an active case. Good afternoon, she says. We want to have Jonathan's case plan scheduled for Wednesday afternoon, but I wanted to see if we could meet in person on that day to do our worker parent meeting for this case plan. I'd also like to set up a visit with him that afternoon. That case plan I'll set up using, okay, I see. But we can use my computer to do the visit Wednesday if you'd like. So she's offering to use her computer for the visit. My plan is to set up video visits twice a week, probably in the afternoons after he gets out of school. According to the school calendar, it looks like he starts school on August 13th. Boy, they're starting school earlier and earlier in the year now. He has speech therapy on Monday afternoons, so Monday won't be good for video chats. Well, see, isn't that convenient? Because my daughter was supposed to get speech therapy as well, and even though he had two different providers, medical providers saying that she needed this, it never happened. And I can tell you that for fact, even after my rights are terminated, they didn't get her speech therapy. No, they lock her in a house that has blankets over the windows. That's their fucking therapy. I'm sorry for my language, guys. He has speech therapy on Monday afternoons. Okay, blah blah blah. But I can find out other days that work. If you need help setting up Zoom, I'd be more happy to help you install it and learn it. My account only allows for 30-minute meetings. I never heard of that. A Zoom account that only allows 30 minutes meetings. I thought it was open to as long as you wanted to go on, you know? But maybe it'd be good. Maybe it would be good to like do little 5 little minute breaks and stuff. I mean, people are going to have to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. I mean, your son's going to have to go to the restroom and stuff. So it might not be, like I said, it's a step up from not seeing your son at all. I can tell you that. Even though it's not the best, it's not the most ideal situation. It is something. Okay. They are making progress. In my opinion, that is progress, okay? And then it says, but I can look to see, and we can look over the calendar and see what days work best for you. I usually can schedule anything, afternoon, evening. That might be how we have to schedule visits while Jonathan's in school. I will bring you a copy of his school calendar so we can talk about how to set up in-person visits. Let me know. Okay, so she's talking about here, Chris, that she's going to bring the school calendar so that they could start arranging these visits. It doesn't sound like the visits are going to start until the middle of August, because why couldn't you start up the personal in-person visits now? That's what I'm wondering, Chris. Please let me know if that will work for you. Oops. I almost caught that one, fact over lies. I'll see what that is in a minute. Let me see. And we go on. Okay, now she says at this time she was getting 3 hours with Masana. She's tired of it. And I don't blame her. She's tired of it.
Oh my God. They locked up Jennifer Barovi's son, Florida mom. He's in jail now. The Guardian got him locked up.
What?
And he's 18. That little boy is in jail now. Sorry, y'all. I just got these messages.
So he just turned 18 too.
And you know why? I bet you I know why, because the guardianship, I know it ended at 18. I'm sorry, it ended. And this guy, the Guardian, and now he's in jail. And that's bullcrap, because he just turned 18. The Guardian knew what was up. There's no order, I promise you. Everything that I've understood in Indiana, there's no, it automatically ends at 18, no matter what. So, and that's what, so I just saw, so yeah, that's not cool. And see what these people are doing. This is people that they want to sit here and play these games after these kids are 18. That's bullcrap. When you become an adult, you're an adult.
I
I
mean,
was
let the young adults go is what I'm saying. I mean, I can't even say children anymore, really, because they're young adults. Okay,
this poor
but
boy, this
they
poor
wait
boy.
this little time between somewhere between 12 and even
17.
21 at a lot of times,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Because if they got extended, if the guardianship can be extended to probably 21, and it's crazy. But I everywhere that I've read in any state, it's 18. Is I mean,
He literally just turned 18, guys. This is bull crap.
and I'm gonna tell you, the last 2 days I've been like talking to her late at night, and I even called up there, and let me tell you, this boy has been bullied by the guardian, and that is, and he's up in the upper states, and his mom's in Florida, so please keep him in y'all's prayers. I'll be right back, Brenda. Okay,
Okay,
I just wanted
wow.
to let you know that. And
Daniel's coming in with some news on Florida Mom. If anybody watches my show, they know that. And in fact, I'm try to put it up on Facebook now. And then if anybody wants to share it, we can get more people in. We used to have well, maybe some people are recovering after that show earlier. That was an exciting show. I didn't see it, but since I was backstage, I caught the end of what was going on there, and they're squeezing me in on Saturday now, um, because I'm available. And if I'm not available, by I'd be available by 11 on those other nights. But it depends on if y'all be available, because I was doing Wednesdays and Fridays, but if I have to Wednesdays, it's going to be earlier. It'll be about maybe 9:30 y'all's time, 9:30 to 10 Eastern time. I say y'all, but not everybody's over there in the East Coast. Not me. Boom, boom, boom. I'm in Louisiana. I'm gonna put it up on Facebook saying we are live now. Maybe we can get some other, none of my old friends from high school. I mean, they want to, they want to join in. Let them know how life used to be when it was good, and when we didn't dream of, as adults, that we would ever have to go through something like this, guys. And I really appreciate all the hard work that Darren has put into this show and letting us all have our free speech, because that's what's it about. It's about free speech and a freedom to, talk about what's, is there something troubling you? I mean, if you think about it, my husband led the way of these YouTubers that, are doing this and are getting all this monetized and doing all this crap. And, I mean, my husband wasn't out to make any money or anything like that. He just wanted to create art within film, and a lot of times, as a private investigator, like he was for many years, um, he was trying to do what he could do, to help the country, and it really, is devastating to me, that you go through all that and you parent your kids, and now then you turn around and they're taking away your right to do so. I'm just wondering. Oh yeah, and I was going to go through. I'm sorry. Fact over lives. I want to see what she was sending me, because it might be something good to play here. Small one in Virginia. Let's see what this is. Let me see. Oh, they're just talking about. What? Is this the earthquake? Earthquake reported in New York City. No way. Let me click on this. Oh wow. I thought there was a little video I might share. What other videos could we share? Fact over lies. Let me get caught up on the comments. They're saying take this storm moving very seriously. Okay, and I'm getting caught up. That was out of nowhere. Okay, 5th in at 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So on August 5th, which, hello guys, it's August already. Okay. That's crazy that it's August, but I know that maybe through the channel God, Sex, and Lies. God, Sex, and Lies. Okay, that's the Miracle Girl. She puts some stuff up for Allie all the time. Brenda, they locked up Florida mom's son. Okay, that was the message, and I just noticed that it was flashing there. They are taking this storm very seriously. You know, they better start taking these storms seriously, because look what happened in Texas. I mean, you got to think about it, guys. Hopefully, you know how to swim. I'd say have a life raft. There you go. Why do you think they call it life raft? I think every home should have one. That'd be my new thing, especially living out here in swamp land, Cajun country. You think I better have some type of flotation devices? Man, boom, you pull the string, you're ready to go. Bam. Sorry. I'm energized, guys. I'm glad that I was able to get on with y'all live. And I was disappointed in my friend saying that she wanted to go to the roller rink and she can't get in because all she had was cash. Can you believe this, guys? I mean, in this day and age, you can't spend cash. I mean, this is the new world order. Okay, so I found something that's interesting in this writing. It says, this is from 2018. It says, lacks jurisdiction to review an unelaborated decision from a district court of appeals. That issue is without opinion or explanation, that merely cites to an authority. So sometimes, like, okay, so that was what happened when I appealed the children's case. And that was I have a case with the appellate court SC 18-1611, and that's from right around September and October of 2018. Oh, guys, I found some letters of back and forth with my son and that caseworker, or I'm sorry, CPS investigator. And it'll just break your heart. I mean, we don't want to go into that, but sometimes I was just pulling out some paperwork to see what I had laying around that catched my eye. Mark plans with white feathers, attorney. Oh, here's something, Mr. Rowley. This is one, like I said, I was trying to, Chris, I was trying to get this man that was from the Partnership for Strong Families. This is back in 2022. And it seems to me this is when my trouble is starting, 22, 23, you're getting to 23, is I'm trying to get a request, a FOIA request from this individual. I ended up getting, in fact, maybe we can go through that one guy's day. They started on a thumb drive of some things, but included just about everything you can imagine, but any pictures or discoveries from them visits. It says, this was my letter. I originally was requesting any and all video and audio recordings, including notes from the Children's Home Society, which was in Gainesville. Now, I did get I'd say probably I have all of the notes from the Children's Home Society. They were pretty good at it because they weren't really part of that mess that they had going on with the guardian ad litem and the CPS. The supervisor's name was Beverly Jones. And now, if anybody wants to play detective, let's figure out what happened to Beverly Jones that used to work with Children's Home Society in Gainesville, Florida. As I understand it, that nice little house that they made like a home for parents to see their kids no longer is up and running. So I don't know what the story is behind that, y'all. Also, any notes of recordings that took place during the mother's visits at the Trenton Partnership for Strong Families. I say PFSF. If I ever hear say that, that's what that stands for. But I always like to say it was a partnership for destroying families with a D. From approximately October 2016 and December 2017, there is recording of, and by the way, Fact Over Lies, you're good to go, because the only people you love are in the back room. A compliance to the 4 murdered has been captured. No way. Okay. What story was that? And where did that happen? Was that in Acappliance? Oh, good Lord, guys. I gotta turn my air conditioning down. Okay, so number 3, there's a recording of an interview of CPS with Sage Cameron around September 7th. Okay, this is what they were telling me. There's some type of video, 2016, in regards to the abuse allegations. I would like to see this footage. I wanted to see it during the case. It's this many years later. I still want to see this. It was never produced. And what the court-appointed attorney said, that video of my daughter that were saying awful things that they said she said does not exist. So they making up stuff as they go along to fit their little agenda to keep your children. And that's why I say, if you're going through a case pen, guys, please be aware. But I'd say go through it silently. But no, these people are not out there to help you. And I'd say probably 75% of the time. Okay. They're out to wait for somebody to slip up where they can slip in with some crazy accusation that somebody did something wrong. So they initially took my children over a little bit of marijuana. Then they wanted to go into, my daughter said something's going on and it's videotaped. So that's how they're going to get into all my computers now and breach my freedom of privacy. That they want to grab all my computers on some allegation that they never produced. They never produced this tape, but that didn't stop them from taking and raiding our home. And, ready to bust down our door if we didn't open it, putting my husband in handcuffs and interrogating him. Where'd that get us? Absolutely freaking nowhere. And then after that, when my husband decides to take, even though he had nothing to do with that marijuana, decides to take and sit while hoping and praying that they were going to let me have the kids back at least. And that didn't happen. And they want to say, oh, there's domestic violence in your home now. Oh, really? Is that what the children's saying? Well, why can't the children be at court and speak for themselves? I mean, in some situations, you're going to have, I say, 6 years old or something like that. I say even then the children should be able to speak. Okay, let's see what their emotions are. If they're in a courtroom with some stranger that's fostered them, or they see their mom and dad over there, or either or, let's see who they walk up to freely. Let's see what they want to do. Can we do what the children want to do? Isn't that what it's about? The safety and the well-being of the children. Oh, hey, Debbie, there you are. And Tammy, all right. Tammy's in the house. Danielle was here a minute ago. Woo, I'm getting steamed up. I don't know if y'all seen that show earlier, but man, he's trying to run into my time there. Even though my time is not usually on Saturday, I'm going to start doing it. Because, okay, she's the host with the most. Danielle's in the back. And CPSV, hunting for justice at gmail.com. If you have any questions for the Punisher, that's where you'd go. Any questions for me, it's BrendaCambron91 at gmail.com. And for Danielle, it's unmasking foster care corruption. So, Tammy, you got anything? Any news going on? John is still in the house. Beverly King Jones, case manager at Children's Home Society of Florida, Gainesville, Florida, United States. Huh. Beverly King Jones, case manager. Okay, so did it have a year there, hon? Let me know if it had a year there when you were looking that up, because that I believe, yeah, that was it. And to me, I have no idea where she is, because I've tried to reach out, and the places that were where she used to work, they said, oh, we don't know where she is. Now this is curious, because she's trying to help us and trying to let the judge and the CPS know that she's the best parent she ever saw come through there. And that's what she told us. She said, like, Brenda, I've never seen any parents that bring home cooked meals for the kids and do all you guys do for the kids when you come to these visits. I mean, what am I going to do? Of course, I've been dying to cook for my kids. I'm going to make some home cooked meals on their favorite foods and see what they like. I mean, I'm not just going to throw some McDonald's in their face. Like they might want to do with my kids, and that's about the worst foods that they could be eating, these fast foods and pizzas and stuff like that. I mean, it's good for once in a while, a celebration or something like that, right? But you don't want to be constantly eating this crap. I mean, that's why we used to use that, like pizza and pizza parties. We always like to make our own pizzas with the kids. That was like a little project, Yeah, we had a gas oven just to do so. And that's what really flips me out about that freaking house there in Florida. It's like all that gone. Everything gone.
Hey, I'm back.
Bringing it back. Danielle, did you find anything more about Florida Mom?
Okay, so yes, they locked him up for intimidation or something. But when I spoke with the boy last night, so they locked him up right after I had spoke with him. Yeah. And this guy that's the guardian is the one that was intimidating him, trying to instigate this child, or this soon, like he just turned to be an adult, and now the boy's in jail. So tell me if that's not like bullying. I mean, and I'm sorry, right there shows that guardianship must have ended, right, Brenda? I mean, look at what they did. If he just turned 18, y'all, what do y'all think? He just turned 18. He was under guardianship. He wanted to go back and be with his mother in Florida, right? So he's in Indiana. When the child turns 18, as there's nothing set in place, it ends automatically.
Now, Danielle, yes, why was her son in Indiana and she's in Florida? Because
that's where the guardian was. The guardian that got. That's where the family, whoever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but the thing is this. As soon as this boy turned 18, this guardian has been on him like stink on poop. You get what I mean? Like, not let the boy, not give him time to breathe or nothing. And I mean, I'm sorry. From what I've read and understood, that guardianship ended, Brenda, at 18 automatically, no matter what. Like.
That's what I thought too. Well, okay, so my daughter's
right, Tammy. He's a bully, right?
I'm on probation. I'm trying to get early termination of my probation in Charlotte County, Florida. So I'm putting in things to the judge about this and seeing and contacting an attorney saying, isn't it possible that we can bring my daughter into a court of law since she's 18 and ask her if she wants to come home? And guess what? They couldn't find out where my kid was.
What's John talking about right here? Wait a minute. About the Beverly Hills Jones case. What is that? Gainesville, Florida. Whoa.
No, it's
Beverly King. Okay.
Okay, it was Beverly Jones, because I was asking a question, because I didn't know where the
ask him about Centerstone.
She was running the Children's Home Society in Gainesville, where we were, and she was
ain't there a Devereaux in Gainesville?
One of the good ones.
Okay, ain't there a Devereaux in Gainesville?
Yep, there's a Devereaux in Gainesville. There's a Devereaux in
Marietta, Georgia. Texas.
Yes, there's Jacksonville. Remember, there was one in Jacksonville.
Yes. What about Centerstone?
Lake City.
Yes.
Around Live Oak.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, there's quite, and the thing is you got to watch it, guys, because they'll go by different names.
Yes.
Like, oh, we're the Partnership for Strong Families.
Talk about Centerstone. I know, right? Tammy, long time no see. I know. I've been AWOL, y'all. I'm sorry. Absent without leave. I didn't have permission to be gone, but I've been gone. Brenda wanted to kick my butt, y'all.
Yeah,
She
I'd
said,
be like, what do I have to do if Danielle's gonna
does anybody know anything about Centerstone? Brenda, have you ever talked about Centerstone? Like, that's a new thing to me. The Centerstone, remember?
It is. Well, the thing is, oh gosh, what happened to my phone? Yeah, to me, I was like, well, what's this? It just kept popping up. So
and it's still popping up. Like every time I look your daughter's name up, Centerstone, and even your son. Hey, Debbie, how are y'all doing? It brings up the fiscal for 2024 for Centerstone. Why? So if anybody knows, and I know they're in Illinois, Tennessee, Florida. Yeah, I just don't know where, like, who they are, what they are, where they come from, who are they?
And you saying that was in Florida or just?
Yes, okay. There was, and remember they said they're building more facilities. Go ahead.
What do you got on it? Nothing?
Yeah, I do. Let me go pull it up.
Let me see. I'm going to see what I can find on this then. Centerstone in, whoops.
Yeah, because that's like a new thing, and I'm wondering if maybe they changed the name because one of their sponsors, Quinco Behavioral.
Nonprofit, Danielle. It says it's a nonprofit provides a wide range of mental health and addiction treatment services. Isn't that what it always gets down to with these CPS cases?
Yes.
There's always addiction treatment. There's always mental health. But are these people that are providing this mental health and these treatments in addiction, what are their qualifications is what I'd like to know.
And what are they really doing the right thing with these residents or kids? Because I think they take adults too, Brenda. That's
really.
Yeah, that's what got me when because it keeps coming up on every search. Whether it be the first page or second page, it's there.
Look at this, guys. It's giving me all these locations in Florida. Bray, Denton, Sarasota, Fort Myers. Fort Myers twice. They have 2 in Fort Myers. And then my daughter was right over there in Charlotte County, close to Fort Myers.
Yes. And they're any up in like Gainesville?
Medicaid and Medicare and TRICARE. Isn't that curious? And TRICARE, like I say, that's that area over around Gainesville and all that stuff. If you're looking for help or want to explore other services, you can visit Centerstone's official site. Let's do it.
I'm still here. Just give me 1 second, okay? Yeah. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Let me see.
I know I got a file somewhere on my drive real quick.
Mental health addiction treatment for every kind of person, adults, children and family, veterans, and active duty even. Centerstone believes mental health matters for everyone. We embrace uniqueness of individual and foster environment. There you go, people. Which each person is valued for their experiences and perspectives. Are you ready to get started? Make an appointment. I mean, they make it easy. Come on in. They've got counseling, housing, and crisis services, foster care. Well, what would she click on, guys? What's your thing? You had a stroke. What the hell's going on, Tammy? I only have 25% of my voice back. Oh my goodness. Gosh, we got to be careful, guys. A lot of people, like I was talking about earlier, my sister's grandson has epilepsy and has these seizures that are really, really bad. I mean, it's bad. And they always have to be prepared for something like that. A lot of these kids and adults that have these seizures, they're better off wearing helmets and stuff so you don't get hurt when something like this happens. Tammy, are you? What's your age on that? I just all these young people have, and it's deteriorating our health. taking our children is deteriorating our health, mental health, and physical health. And John is waving, and you guys are waving back at each other. My daughter, caseworker, is Mickey Stens from Wellington, Kansas. Okay, all right. So yeah, I was reading a little bit of what Chris had shared with us on what was going on with the Zoom calls. So what do you guys gather from that, Debbie and Chris? Is it they're gonna keep resuming these Zoom meetings, and then when school starts around that time, she's going to be able to get her face-to-face visits? To me, I'm sorry, I hate using that face-to-face. I don't know what to use. Like, you get to actually see your kids, because to me it reminds me, oh, and your child seems to be in some type of prison, and you're going to get to do a face-to-face. Let's get excited about that, people. But once you have the visits afterwards, you're going to feel pretty nasty, especially when you got to drive home an hour. Chris is a very emotional person. I mean, he get really emotional about that. Like, just leaving the kids and having to go separate ways once the visits was over. That's why it's nicer that so you can have them at her, her house or your house. And to give that.
Centerstone's been in business since 1997, they're saying. Brenda.
1997. Well, that's funny that we never heard of it until recently.
They say the research department at Centerstone is formed and conducts 8 clinical studies that year in 2000. It was formed by the merger of Pinnacle Health and like Highland Rim Mental Health, which we have Highland Rivers up here, and I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. Columbia Area Mental Health. So they're more based on, remember we talked before about the Harriet Cohen Center? And we always... Yeah, and then also Highland Rim, and D.D. Wallace Center in Tennessee. So, yeah. And they're based on mental health and, like, addiction. Why are they so, what word am I looking for? Like, category, like, you know what I'm saying? What am I saying? Like, why are they... Yeah, why are they based on just that? And I'm seeing if they're a government agency. That's what I'm looking up now. I'll be right back.
Right. Oh, I got a whole thing full of. I started out pretty good with these little flipper things. Look at that. Nice. Where it organizes. You have. But my question is what's going to be number 1? What's going to be number 2? And it even color codes it for you. But do I have anything in here? Not this one. I do have another one where it has these pages. I was trying to do for a second one.
They even have a LinkedIn page, Brenda.
Oh, wow. Really? Oh, and that's what what the freak? I was getting into that. I was trying to ask anybody, what do they want to get into more of? To learn about the foster care? Do you want to learn about the counseling? Do you want to learn about the housing? I think I want to learn about the housing since nobody's bringing up what they want to hear. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to learn more about it. Independent supportive housing. This is Centerstone. We know it's important to safe home. How important a safe home is with the physical and mental health and well-being. Sometimes finding a home environment that is supportive with your journey is difficult. That's why we offer independent, supportive housing.
Where are you reading from?
Adults with mental illness.
For Centerstone?
Yeah.
Okay, because it says they're available in Florida, Illinois, Indiana, North Carolina, and Tennessee. That's what LinkedIn says right there. I got their LinkedIn page. Oh, no, that's not linked. Well, I did have it. Let me go back.
Well, I just put it in Bing or whatever, and the AI gave me like all this different information.
You're good.
Yeah. So we're hitting on both ends. They do symptom management, medication management, I bet.
Oh,
boy. They want to drug you up.
Therapeutic foster care?
Yeah, okay, so let's click on the one that says something about foster care.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Are you reading about their programs or the different things they offer?
Like, we'll see. And then you can go to the different ones.
Okay. So you're on the web. Okay. Because like
Yeah.
here it says
Oh,
behavioral
yeah.
health, mental
Website.
health,
It
sexual
says,
abuse, residential
what
treatment, life
is, and it asks
coaching.
the questions, what is therapeutic foster
Hinting.
care? And let me see. When I click, before I clicked
Okay.
on it, this is what it looked like. You can go, like, more you want to know about
Okay, I see.
and all that.
Okay. That's crazy.
The more you know.
Their headquarters is in Nashville, Tennessee, is what it says. They're in Bradenton, Florida, Carbondale, Illinois, Bloomington, Indiana, Nashville, Tennessee, and yeah. And then they're building some other places.
So they say, what is a therapeutic foster care? This
Yeah.
is what their definition is. Children come into foster care when it is no longer safe for them to stay in their own homes due to neglect, abuse, or other circumstances. What are those other circumstances, right? Oh, we want your kids. Uh,
Right.
it
And they
doesn't
just
matter
throw them into
if
freaking a facility or a room where they're
we are
isolated
going
and
to lose our right to parent kids because
right.
you think you have a agenda. That's what it
Right.
really is.
Or they got a stereotype. They want to sit here and judge us without even knowing nothing.
Or even like you say, they're not supposed to do this anymore, but they would focus on people that are like on Medicaid or in
Low
poverty.
poverty, low income. Yes.
Yeah,
Our probation or parole, somebody that's been in the system, our substance abuse, recovering addicts, our single parent, a single parent. Look at my friend up in the same county I'm dealing with, Brenda. You know who I'm talking about. With Darlene.
right.
Look at her. Like single mom, took care of her kid, nurse, just fine, don't have no record, nothing, and boom, she's unfit for taking your kid to the hospital. What?
No, yeah, and I've heard like 3 different cases about that. There's
Yeah,
um oh, if I can't think of that one couple's name, but also you have Priscilla out in
yep.
Colorado.
And did you hear about her brother and
What? I lost you.
oh, sorry, the dad put them in foster care?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you did know. Okay, I just saw that. So and
Oh wait, no, I take that back. But wait, let me read one thing before I
okay,
forget about this foster. Foster care is a temporary solution that provides a safe, stable home for before a child reunites with their birth family, is adopted, comma, or as they prepare for transition into adult living.
there's Henry. Oops, where'd he go?
See,
Thank you,
this is
Henry.
exactly what we're talking about with Florida mom's son turning 18 and all
Mhm.
this. We got to get caught up here, Danielle?
And okay, so see Henry's comments right there. He's the one that was I was on the show with when you called Darren. And he is
Oh,
really, really big on the ADA, Brenda. And I think that you should go watch that show because I'm telling you.
I
And I'll
should.
give you all his information to go look up so you can look at that
Because
briefing.
not only like my husband would be part of that, as my daughter
Your
as
daughter.
well.
Yes.
And
Yes.
goodness gracious, who knows what's going on with my son? We have no idea.
And like look at Florida mom's son, what he's going through now. And he is under ADA and they're totally just, you know, like they locked intimidation.
Tammy,
He just turned 18. I mean,
Danielle, did you know that Tammy had a stroke? Yeah, and she's only 39 years old. Mm-hmm.
Tammy,
So
right?
yeah,
Oh, bless your heart. I'm sorry,
she's
honey.
got only 25% of her speech now, is what she told us earlier.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry
should.
about that.
Oh, Tammy says you should see me at McDonald's, right? Am I right? I mean, if I get a chance to, I'll be wolfing down one of those burgers.
So what did Henry say? He said Facebook was not adding, they wouldn't add your stuff on. Are they doing it on YouTube though?
What does he say? He says CMS has given lots of tech housing guides starting in 1999 Olmstead Act. Okay, Olmstead Act. Look up the 36 years of mandates.
Yes.
And
I got a lot of
Tammy's
information,
in a
Brenda, from
support
you.
group, probably for
Awesome.
this type of thing. The funding.
When did her stroke happen?
After my struggle with CPS. Wow. So
When did
she's
your
having
stroke happen, Tammy? Just recently?
yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. There's always going to be that strain on your mental and physical health. I was just saying
She,
that.
and
Man,
I think Henry, if I'm correct, is going to be on every Saturday with doing a show. Is that right, Henry? Because
I
I just heard about him today. Like,
Me too. Like I was noticing Henry, I was noticing you in the chats, but I didn't. I'm not putting it together because, everybody thinks like we all have different shows. I can tell you
Brenda,
that I usually have no idea what Tiff and
he's got
Punisher
a
got going
special
on.
needs
Not at all.
autistic son that's 21.
Oh,
He does.
okay.
And so that would fit right with Sage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my daughter is 21. She's actually next month already. She's going. In fact,
I would
September 10th,
too.
she's going to be 22 already.
Yeah, that and Henry is very like that's someone that I mean, yeah, between like mine and your kid, he definitely he said whenever you need
Henry,
him.
just wait. We got some secrets that you might want to know about what's going on.
But
I
also like
swear.
with your daughter and her condition and stuff, he said he's jacked now. Heck yeah. Cause he ain't taking no shit. Like and like you know how we say all the time that we got to be the voice for these states to implement this shit. Remember how we were talking about that thing that Biden signed in January? And for
Yeah.
them to put it into place, we got to be the one. Otherwise, they're not going to implement it. So
Right.
that's why we got to
And
bounce back.
I think maybe we should do this every week. Maybe Danielle, if you're available, like after Henry's on or whatever, we just flow into
After his
this
show.
show.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. We
Me
can
and
do that.
Danielle always said we were going to combine a show that we would, the dynamic duo. Hello. We can add her on the other side of the thing.
Because when you go read his, because he's in Connecticut, and when like you go read about his, Brenda, it'll hit a lot with Sage and your situation. Was Chris? He said, Jacob, I cannot believe the ADA people rights are under attack. Right, and they don't let us let them implement them. Nothing. They're just these kids that don't are special needs and disabled in this foster system. They don't even and the parents are so scared, and they don't know what they can do and what they can't. Like we say, these are.
It's just like these facilities that you've been talking about, Danielle, when they say it's a place where children can live with families who can provide extra care and support they need. If it's just, it's weird. No, what did I want to say before that? Oh yeah, it's just, I'm
It's
getting
so bad
excited about that because this is like weird to me.
I know Georgia is it's horrible here what they're doing to the special needs, and they got the parents so scared that there's no these parents are not. I mean, I've never seen parents just not step up and voice themselves, and we got to be the voice. Otherwise, how is it going to ever be set into place? If we got to push the pressure on these people, otherwise they're just going to keep walking all over us. Right, Brenda?
Okay. Oh, then they have a something you could click on about the housing, independent supportive housing.
Mm-hmm. And Centerstone, right?
Right.
And so
how important safe home is to our physical and mental health well-being. Sometimes finding a home environment that is supportive.
Look at the people they're targeting, Brenda.
Is difficult.
Mental health, substance abuse, and disabled victims. That's Centerstone. Mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
System abuse. What did I say? Substance abuse.
Yeah.
And there she is. They are telling children that their parents are dead. See what they're falsifying things to these kids. It's like the disabled and why would they make it any worse than what these? I mean, but we got to be the voice. We got to start putting this into play. And I recommend everybody go check out Henry.
Because if there's adults that can't care for their own self as an adult, okay, that this guardianships or whatever you want to call it, it's they think they could just come in and take over for your family as they're helping.
Remember, Brenda, wasn't it a couple weeks ago you were calling the DOJ and complaining about the situation with Chris, right? Or was it? Well, you see what Henry said. He said he says to go complain because they can't retaliate. They can try, but complain if you don't feel like something's right. Brenda, you were right there a week. What was it? 2 weeks ago when you said to call, and we're like, oh. No, Brenda, look at Henry's comment right there. Complain.
And now, like I said, I think I seen what is it? Sharon Gunner's wife was talking about how we somehow have some anxieties about trying to call these places.
Yeah, because they
I
bullied
don't
on
even
us.
know if I follow through on that, Danielle, because of that situation. Like, I always back down because I was so used
And
to
it's
being
totally
disappointed when I
understandable.
call these places. You know, I get,
I'm
you know,
sure Henry will comment to that Brenda, because that's how he said, show the pattern and abuse of funding, follow the money. So Brenda, we can definitely, with our case situations, like look at your kids being taken in 20, and then them retaliating on your husband. Like
right.
it's
2016, the kids are taken. 2019, I find out that my daughter is in these deplorable conditions, being abused in a foster placement. And God knows that they're thrown into these different cultures. How do we even know that these people aren't kids from like they're from another country, yet they're able to foster, my little white children? It's ridiculous.
email the best record to, did you say you the best record, or what was that?
Email RE the best record.
Yeah, I don't know what he was. Email.
Show the pattern of abuse. But I'm telling you, it is a pattern. Like, and it's like it's a
Brenda,
very
yours
it's
can.
like a kid puzzle because it seems to be pretty easy to put together.
Well,
That
look at the investigative summary for yours case, Brenda. Like 20, what was it? 2016, like when they took the kids, or 2017,
oh man, I
and
was
then
high.
the retaliate on your husband,
Yeah, yeah.
and
And
your
why?
husband has
Because
disabilities as well. He's
yeah, yeah, he does.
diagnosed.
But they're acting like, well, he didn't know that, they didn't know that, like, and
Ah,
then, but you look back to the case plan,
I know.
and you look at some of these writings of the department, not anybody that had some type of degree in psychological or anything like that, but the caseworkers themselves and the casework supervisors are saying we have mental problems. Or I can't remember how they worded it exactly, but mental.
Did they say
They
that
have
in
mental
the
health
summary?
issues about me and Chris.
Yeah. Did they say
So
that in the summary, Brenda?
yeah, so they're gonna act like they don't know. Then this many years
Just
later, when you're coming to attack my husband, bully my husband
look at
because
Tammy.
the thing is that the only thing he's been doing is being depressed and crying because he doesn't have his kids. I don't understand what they think, what else he's
He's
going to do but
speaking
sit
out his
there and crawl
pain.
up and crawl into a hole because we can't figure out where, even as
A man
kids,
that don't have no prior history of child abuse, nothing,
nothing.
and they just take the kids, like,
Yeah,
but you have 3 kids that are what are
Dr. Danielle. Yeah, my 3 oldest are doctors that we homeschooled. Hello. I mean,
so
that's why none of this makes sense
it
at
doesn't,
all.
and then they wouldn't even let your son get the kids. That's the other
Right.
thing.
My
Like,
son was there from
and he's a
their
doctor.
older brother. Yeah, at the time when the kids were first taken, he hadn't start let me see. He had started medical school. Okay, he's already in medical school, and he was back from the Dominica because he went through Ross University, and that's why we end up moving to Florida because we knew that he was going to be there in Florida, and we wanted to be closer to him, which I regret now. I mean, if we would have stayed in our house in New Hampshire, we could have been living free and dying free,
Away from
maybe.
all the bull crap. It's so,
That's their motto. New
yeah.
Hampshire is live free or die, and
I don't think I
the
hear
sign
much
in
about New
Florida.
Hampshire.
If anybody would want to know that lives in Florida, which is a big joke, their sign says, "Welcome to the free state of Florida." I mean, give me a fucking break. When did they start that crap?
And
I
what
mean, I
did you
want
say
to know
about Georgia? Georgia was welcome to the adventure state or
free state.
something.
I mean, dereliction of police department in okay, in Indiana. I can't even say that. Mishawaka.
Where?
Danielle need to be in jail immediately. Oh, that Barkus needs to be in jail immediately is what Florida mom's saying. December 28th, 2006.
Tammy, that's how long she's been.
Wow.
She said, "Here's my answer, Danielle. December." And I was just an
Wow.
aunt. It is my sister's story, but you're still family, Tammy, and you're still a victim of these people, these
Yeah.
crazy,
Because, oh my
corrupt.
God.
That was
Guys,
your family. You love
I
that.
want to show
You
you
love
something, Danielle.
them.
I swear to God. And
I'm
then
here.
my son, that tried to get the kids twice, he sent me a picture from 7 years ago at the beginning of his residency. And I thought it was just from the other day because he's got these dark rings around his eyes like this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a year into the fact that his brother and sister were taken away. How do you think this affects this man? You know, it's not only the
That was
parents
his
that
life. That
it's
was
going to
his life.
affect the grandmas, it's going to
His
affect the
kids were
aunts,
his life.
everything.
His kids were his life.
Yeah,
So when they stripped him of that, without no like explanation period, like I mean, it's just, and then turn around and retaliate on him years later, Brenda.
uh,
And do you see what Henry says? And this is, I believe this will also with Chris, Brenda. He
yeah.
says, my call, then recap. Okay, he said, recap the call. It's an email and show ADA rights. That's the son. See, look, a
I don't
mother
know if
father
you
that
can see
raised.
that like I do because I could see the rings under his eyes. I'm sorry.
Yes, and he don't. It's a subject he don't like talking about, is it, Brenda? He
Right.
shuts down every time,
Just like his dad. Just like his dad,
just
for
like
sure.
Chris. It's like it's a subject that, because he still don't even understand what, like, why him being punished, like,
Yeah.
why. And all he wants is his family. He wants you to have your kids.
Like somebody mentioned
Hey,
earlier
Dr. Death.
that they'll tell the kids, something horrible has happened to your family and stuff like that. I mean, I forget where I was going with that
You
one,
know what,
but
Brenda? We need to do that for Chris and find all the ADA rights for him and for Florida and Florida
right,
statutes. Hello,
because
everyone.
like, right
And
now there's inhumane conditions going on in that prison,
oh
and
yeah,
it's a privately owned prison. He's at Bay Correctional Facility in Bay County,
and
Florida.
he is disabled.
Yeah, and he is, but they're throwing him into a pod called the Hood, where
Yes, Florida.
freely these guys are doing drugs like God knows what
No,
they got going on. Probably this fentanyl or whatever it is. I have no idea because it's not just a little bit of bud we're talking about. But somehow you're going to throw, somebody that had the only activity with substances happens to be marijuana. Okay, you take their kids away from that, and
oh man,
then you're
that's
putting them into a situation where they're going to have to contend with bullies and drugs that they're, I don't know, somehow creating from God knows what. Maybe they got some fucking rat poison in there. Who knows? I mean, and then you have to be subject to, being around these people that are smoking these drugs and make yourself sick. I mean, goodness gracious. Sometimes they're in closed cells doing that, but not Red Cross. After he fractured his hip, he was put in open bay where he has still to this day has no locker to lock up his shit. But does it even matter? Because they already stole all his shit. He can't even get a pen to put in a request. And that's what they'll tell you all the time. Oh, you got to put a request in, stick it in the box. This guy with onset dementia can't even figure out what box to put it in and what day or when he needs to do this. And
right,
instead of
right.
providing him with mental health care, like
They're totally denying him anything with
judge,
that.
by the way, the judge required him to have a sentence where he would get help with his mental health, and it's completely the opposite. Just like you can compare it to these institutions, Danielle.
Yes, John, and yes, Brenda, yes. Just like the institutions that these kids, these residential treatment facilities, it's pathetic. And poor Chris, like they are just throwing him around like a nothing.
Oh, and Henry, this is a good idea, and I always say that. Okay, when you have a call, you better recap you in an email. And this is what my
Brenda's real
My
good about this.
fiance was the one that was saying, because she's a paralegal, and she's like, make sure you document that through an email. Okay, we talked today on the phone, and this is what we discussed. We're just
Yep.
verifying this.
To
Emails
follow
are
up
the
with them.
proof. You ask what they should have, anyway, but that's still discrimination in programs, services, and activities.
Right. And then he said,
says Michael is a kid for cash victim and a net victim, Children Home Society victim of Florida DCF, and it's Children's Home Society, and it's I'm trying to think. It's what they call is Child Protective Services over there. Like I said, that Courtney Jones in our case was the CPS.
what was that parenthood thing or plan? What was that program down there?
The Partnership for Strong Families.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Florida Mom
right.
has ever dealt with Partnership for Strong Families, but she's probably involved with Devereaux or has been, and she didn't even know it.
ChildNet, I think. Have you ever heard of that? ChildNet in Florida?
What was it? I'm trying to think of the Heart Gallery, how they advertise.
There you go.
Children.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Florida for you. They're advertising her son. This is one is a younger son. Advertising on the local news, saying that this kid, and
Kind
they
of like
have
an
a
auction
video
or
of
something.
their son. His son, she's been fighting for her kids. That is the
I'll
most
be right
bizarre
back.
thing. I seen that maybe about a year and a half ago or so, that Florida Mom was posting about that, and that's, I think, what really brought my attention towards Florida Mom. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And that's why I'm asking, do you know what Devereaux is? Do you know what Partnership for Strong Families is? But I have a friend, Heidi, out in Florida as well, in Ocala. She goes into Gainesville Library. Oh my gosh. She comes to find out that the fax machine she's using and the copier that's in the library is also connected to the Partnership for Strong Families. So, yeah. And then they recognize her when she's over there making copies. I mean, no wonder people don't want to step out of their house, and they don't want to be involved with society, because we're getting so much anxiety from not having our kids, and it's hard to function in the reality, what is real life. Okay, we want to crawl into a little hole, and we can't do that. We got to be there for our kids, guys. We gotta keep pushing on. We got to support each other.
We can't give up.
Yeah. Never give up. Never give up. Heart Galleries Explore Adoption. CBS 12 News, Forever Family. Yeah, Forever Family. I was trying to think of that.
Forever
Family.
See, because in Georgia they have Wednesday Child.
At the time when my kids were being adopted out, I wish I knew about that Forever Family. I had no idea. Like, if I would have been on it, maybe I would have been able to find something back then. But they keep giving you the impression that you're going to get your kids back.
And then in the courtroom they railroad you.
Right. They terminate your rights, and then they say, "Oh, well, don't worry. When your kid turns 18, you'll be able to find them on the reunion registry."
Florida Mom, can I ask how? If you want to share this, how did he end up north? Was he in Florida DF or CPS care custody before he went up north? Brenda, did you know that? Maybe she told you in the past.
No.
How did he and hey, Dr. Death, how did he end up? Like, was he in custody of Florida CPS, and then they got guardianship that the people that lived up north? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Was he already involved with foster care before he went
Rikers
to
Land?
That's what we want to know.
Rikers Land Settlement. He said definitely.
Tammy says it's a cult. There you go. And that's what I've been saying for years. In fact, you can look at some of my writings that I was writing to my court-appointed attorney on the kid's case. It's like a cult. And I was hoping, for God forbid, that can I write the court something, or they're going to act like it's ex parte communication. and let's get back to that. You can even realize that to jump into another subject about ex parte communication. Why is it that judge there in Florida, the same judge that was initially responsible for taking my kids, that she
I'm looking up
yeah, I lost
Rikers
my train of
right
thought.
now.
Lost my train of thought. Sorry. But I'm just trying to think of, what was I saying? What was we even talking about? Oh, good Lord. Whew, it's getting hot in here.
I'm looking up the Rikers land settlement agreement right now because that's gonna hit on something that we were just discussing
Gosh darn it.
before
What
we
was
have
what was can we reverse and see what we were just talking about, guys? Michael Rennan, Caleb, and Jared Renham Brovy's brother. Yeah, that's right.
flash flood
Michael
warning
is
in northwest. Oh
uh,
boy,
Caleb is Michael's little brother. Okay.
I just got a flash flood warning now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
I'm telling Danielle, she's probably in a little gully.
I am.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. She's
Yeah,
in
that's it.
a crevasse, okay?
I'm in a little. I'm gonna sail away one day.
That's what I said, Danielle. You got to have. That's why they call them lifeboats. You got to have it ready, and you rip the cord, and you got
Right.
to be ready to grab on for dear life, man. Oh, geez, you got to ride it out. That's what you call riding out the storm. Riding the storm out. Oh Lord. I shouldn't have switched subjects, because then I forgot. When I switch over to Chris's case, she's putting her eyes in there. I have heard some about your situation in Florida, Mom. Yeah, John's saying.
Whoa, Brenda, the Riker land. Wait till you hear this. Whoa, hold on. Oh my.
Is the storm coming? The storm is coming. Whoa. The ripcord. I mean, is an emergency situation, man. I wish we had that when CPS comes into life. We can pull the ripcord and just freaking escape as fast as possible with the kids intact. I mean, if I would have known what I know now, man, I would have just. It would have been a Randy Weaver situation. So Randy Weaver and that whole case, I'm sure you guys know about this. I mean, he was standing his ground. He was living out in the woods. They tried to set his ass up. Somebody's acting like they got a flat. He stops, and all of a sudden they're talking about sawed-off shotgun, setting this dude up. And he's living with his family off the grid. His kids and everything. His wife gets shot I think his pregnant wife it was, and he was holding a baby at the time she was shot. Their dog was shot.
Sanctuary.
And I'm talking about Randy Weaver, but that's the thing. They never had a CPS case, but they didn't like the fact that they're trying to live with their own lives off the grid and want to come nosing in. That's the FBI for you back then, guys. I mean, what year was that? That was in the 90s, right?
Did you send it?
That happened with Randy Weaver. I wasn't sure what Danielle was talking about, but she's looking up a couple things. Anyways,
about the Riker Island land settlement agreement. It was a landfill and orphan sanctuary. Like, whoa. And I'm getting more information.
Let's see. We should do an Alcatraz prison for child welfare workers. Lawyer GLL adoption for parents. Florida Mom, you took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, sadly enough, you guys, I was thinking about that the other day. I was watching a little bit of that Ozzy Osbourne thing. And there was a family situation for you, okay? He was a famous rock and roller for all these years. They had... nobody tried to rip their family away. They had a whole situation. Right. I mean, everybody knows Ozzy Osbourne was on all types of drugs and everything like that. But they even do a parenting show. They did a show about their life as parents.
Riker Island was bought in 1884 by New York City, right? And initially, it was used as both a landfill and sanctuary for orphans targeted by racial violence. 1884. So New York City bought. So, you know what? When I saw that, you know what I thought about overseas, and I forgot where it was, where they were exhuming them babies that were in that septic tank. Did y'all hear about that? Where that it was at a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, there was like 800
settlement agreement. Whoa.
And that's
crazy stuff, right?
And it was a Dutch settler who acquired the island in 1664, but New York City bought it in 1884 and used it as a landfill and a sanctuary for orphans targeted by racial violence.
Wow. And see, that's what I'm talking about earlier with the cultural
so many secrets. Wow.
They're putting the children, whether it be white or black situation, they're putting them with the opposite, and they're thrown into these different cultures that they don't even understand each other. Like some of them can't even speak well English. Florida mom says FBI hung up on someone who was trying to report.
You need to do Alligator Alley.
That's crazy. Yeah, and that's what I say. If I tried to call down the FBI, I don't know. This change of administration still. Brenda's like biting her nails, wondering if she's going to try to call. But in my experience, if I try to call the main number, or give my name or my number, they will say you're a repeated caller.
You know what? That's when I pick up and call right back from a different number. They can only sign just so much.
Should I try to do it right now? Let's see what happens.
Hey, do it. Run it. See what they say. I'll shut up. Let's see what's up.
FBI, you're going live.
Right? Tell them that a kid is locked up in Indiana for intimidation, but really it's the bullying of the ex-guardian. What, is he pissed off because you don't get no more money?
Oh, you want me to call down to Jacksonville FBI? Maybe I'd get through better. I don't know if there's anybody there on the weekend.
Brenda's feeling froggy, y'all. Brenda's feeling froggy.
I'll just call the main number. I won't get crazy. I'll call the main number.
Look, I called the number today, and they told me that the office was closed. I forgot what it was. It was something to do with the house, and I think told me the office was closed.
Wait a minute. Let me see this.
And they hung up on me.
Oh, listen to this.
For criminal activity, a tip or complaint.
See how it's breaking up?
For internet crimes, please press 2. To repeat this menu, please press 8.
Well, we better repeat it because I have no idea what it said.
Tammy, I'm here.
You've reached the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Please note this call may be recorded. If you are calling for a background check, to report criminal activity, a tip or complaint, please press 1.
I need a tip for a complaint, homie.
Repeat this menu. To report a crime, suspicious activity, or a tip, please press 1.
Okay, I'm going to press 1.
You know what to press, but you know what to say, right?
We're going to talk about Michael Rennan? No?
Yes.
Okay.
He's in St. Joseph.
Thank you for calling the FBI. To continue this call in English, press 1.
I thought that was a live person right there, man. St. Joseph County, Indiana.
One service for taking emergency calls.
It keeps saying it's not 911.
Please call 911.
It's not 911.
Or someone you know are having thoughts.
I've tried to call 911 before years ago. That didn't help either.
Like this, because this boy has there ain't no reason for him to be in jail.
Did I gotta press 1?
I didn't hear it.
Your category can best be handled through the submission.
Oh, they're saying
Oh shit.
They're directing me to online form now.
Oh, so you don't get to talk to somebody live? That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Press 1 to agree to these and receive a text message containing a link to the online submission.
Give him my number. Give him my number. 404-330-9356. Give it to him.
Wait a second. I want to talk to a live
Run it.
Please submit the online form found at tips.fbi.gov.ts.
Thank you, Henry.
India. P is in Papa. S is in Sierra.fbi.gov. Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh.
See what they do? So y'all see that? But what was that website?
New. That's new shit to me, man.
It's the name on your son's ID. I'm gonna do that when we get off the live. I'm gonna get on there and be like, what the I'm gonna call in. I'm gonna keep calling in because there's got to be a way for a live person.
I might do it to a person, y'all, in Jacksonville if y'all wanted me to. I don't know if we should do that live. Maybe for another day. No.
Maybe. I mean, it would have to. Wouldn't it have to be up in Indiana that we need to call? Like,
What?
wouldn't it be closer to where he's at, like in Indiana, and then we can call Jacksonville? Maybe. Like, what, it needs to be reported where he's at, right? Because that's where the crime was committed, and they're totally holding him against his will in that state when he was supposed to be on his way. Like, in my eyes, at interstate compact, that's like me taking my probation, right, and requesting to move out there with you, Brenda.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna try to call again and make sure that I don't press the wrong number. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because my big mouth. Woo. Yeah. I mean, y'all, the chat would not let post the website, right? Oh, it wouldn't let you post it. So the designated responsible employee. Okay. So do y'all see how these people are, like with the FBI and reporting this stuff? I mean, they want you to talk to some voicemail or Google form. Like, I'm sorry, you don't get nowhere with that stuff. And then it takes 6 months to call you back. No.
Well, the thing is I guess they only give you two options for internet crimes or.
Well, you know what? I can expose somebody. His name, this predator in Australia. The little fucker wants to be.
I should have pressed 2.
I mean, I could. This dude's this damn sicko hits me up every day.
Well, I think we're getting nowhere fast with that FBI number. See, that's the main number. That's why.
What about the Department of Justice?
When I was a part of the National Advisory, I mean, we had all these the localized numbers.
What about the DOJ?
Yeah, we got tips. We got tips for you. You want to hear our tips? We got plenty of tips.
Press 2 to be hung up on.
That I was a repeated tipster.
and then they'll put a tag on us saying we're a nuisance. What for claiming our rights? Like, hello, we have a right to be protected, safe, and not be violated.
And we don't have the right to be bullied over here.
And especially our children. Being isolated, locked up over some BS because some dumb idiot wants to sit there and make a name for himself because he's pissed off because he don't get no freaking money anymore. Well, be butt sore, buddy, because kick rocks because we coming for you, dude. Sorry. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, these people that are in some of these positions, like when you're dealing with CPS, guardian ad litem, and when you're dealing with the prison guards, okay? I'm going to throw that in the picture.
Oh, yeah. That
underpaid and other understaffed situations that you're dealing with. So do you think
they're bad
above and beyond for maybe a little bit more than minimum wage or whatever they're getting for these people?
They're gonna do however much they're paid for. That's plus and then I can tell you in the prisons and the prison system, I've been in there. I've did time, and I can tell you that is probably the best. You know, you can get drugs easier in there than you can on the streets. It's quicker and easier, and the officers are the ones bringing it in, and it's crazy because they get away with this shit, and these people just look past it, but then they want to bully and get these inmates to bully up on another inmate just because they don't like them. That's bullshit. That's their life.
Some of these lady guards, they'll start a relationship with the inmates.
Oh my God, a female prison is, you've been there, Brenda. It is like a freaking porn, X-rated, 13, oh my God. Like it's.
Well, I'm telling you though that when Chris is in a male prison, right, and then they have these female guards, and they're doing favors for the inmates,
the male inmates.
Yeah, that's why.
Because they like the attention and all that stuff.
Being bullied in prison right now. I mean, they're bullying up on the older guys. In there.
Could it be a race thing too, Brenda? Maybe.
Yeah. I think it is. It definitely is. And
I hate that. What? Because he's not gonna fall for their BS and join their crowd of people and be up the guard's butt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he wants to be his own person, and since he's gonna be an outcast, they're gonna judge him and bully up on him, and the prison's gonna allow it. No, No.
And
Shit.
like you say, it seems like it's encouraged.
It is.
They encourage that behavior. And when somebody, and you think if somebody asked to be put in protective custody, you think they would do that? Not at Bay Correctional Facility, y'all.
You would think they would because it's for somebody's safety, but I'll tell you, it's more of like a targeted individual, and that's
My husband will walk down the hall because when the family calls, then one time they call out Chris in a pod saying, "Oh, his wife is calling down there," right? How is that going to look for my husband, right?
Oh, they said that the guard said that, or did an inmate?
Yeah.
And what was it? The inmate's business.
The guard saying
Oh
it.
man,
So the whole thing.
that's
But
sick.
the thing is that because when I said, well, Chris is trying to PC himself, are you able to assist with this? Okay, because that means immediate. To me, that means something immediate. Okay, he
Yes.
feels there's danger in that.
Safety.
But they keep putting him off. Oh, we'll deal with it in the morning. We can't do it at nighttime. But
There you go, Brenda.
days turn into weeks and weeks turn into months, and he walked down the hall and they ask how he's doing. He'll say protective custody. That's all he's saying to him.
He said read and use Rikers.
They'll claim back to me that he says everything's okay.
And I can witness that he don't.
To me, but when Chris is relating to me, it's the opposite. So
he calls you enough for you to know that they're full of shit. Because I could even witness that because you call me just so distraught, and I'm like, are these people really like? Are they really? Prove it. Like, is the warden really letting this go on?
Our video visits the last 3 times
have been dropped
after 5 minutes,
and then they won't refund it. And what do they tell you? What is it they tell you?
Guards are claiming that it's not under their control. Okay, this
bullshit.
I got this guy telling me this. I got it.
And when did we find out? What did we find out? They are the ones that watch them.
Right. Because JPay doesn't have anything to do with what's going on at that prison. Okay.
Bullshit.
It is complete bullshit. So here I am going back and forth with JPay trying to let them know, and JPay saying, well, it was a guard that terminated an officer terminated your visit. That's what it says.
Right back,
Send me an email right after it happens. Right after. In fact, let me see. I'm
still here, Brenda. I'm gonna look this up because he said you read the Rikers and use the info as your path for justice, and that's because they have a prison, Riker Island prison. Like New York, you know what I'm saying? And
they need to
look into that. I've never
the CPS workers and these judges that think that
he's the first one that's ever brought that up as much as you talked about Chris. Like Chris's situation. He said it's your answer, Brenda. Get your foot in many doors.
ADA cannot be denied.
Right. So we'll definitely be on this. And then because he's the first one that's ever brought this up. Have you ever heard of this, Brenda?
No.
Okay.
No. Wow. Use the Rikers Island, man alive. Let me see. I'm sorry.
I'm writing it down for you, Brenda. I got you.
David, Florida Mom says David Arenberg was the state attorney that
was that Florida or Indiana?
Florida. I believe David Arenberg, state attorney. State attorney.
Wait a minute. State attorney.
What is the doctor's in the house?
He said, read it now on air.
Hey, Tammy. He's saying, look up the Rikers Land Settlement Agreement. Wow. Thanks a lot for that.
Here, I'm going to go pull that up again because I just
I
had it up right here, but he just sent me a screenshot of it. Dingo Dork did. Hold on.
Okay, good.
I just called him Dingo Dork. My bad. I did not say that, y'all. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay, so I still have a pending request 2 days ago. Thank you for contacting JSA Support. We received your inquiry and we'll be working on it as soon as possible. I mean, I can go back to the other emails that say I'm screwed of my $3. And that class like 4 or 5 times.
The settlement provides an average of $9,000 per plaintiff, but I want to read this settlement. The class action known as Miller versus City of New York focused on the conditions faced by house. Is that what you're talking about, Henry? The North Infirmary Command at Rikers. The lawsuit alleged that the city violated detainees' constitutional rights by placing them in restrictive housing comparable to solitary confinement without proper hearings or adhering to city regulations, even against the recommendations of a city jail watchdog agency. The settlement provides compensation to eligible detainees based on the amount of time they spent in these facilities. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, that's the thing is that I think
I'm
I
trying
hear
to find
all
the
these
documents
complaints about that Alcatraz place and all these different places where these illegals are put. Well, these places sound a hell of a lot better than what my husband, who is American and his family fought for this country for 250 years and for the revolution.
Sorry.
All my sons and daughters are sons and daughters of the American Revolution. It's a historical thing. It's not a fucking radical group, okay, that they want to turn it around.
They just said
this, and this is like Mel Gibson was talking about.
Did you hear this, Brenda? At Deadly Rikers Island Jail, an outside official will take over Deadly Rikers Island Jail judge's orders. Laura Taylor Swain, a federal judge, seized control of New York City's lockups, which have been rife with violence and dysfunction. And this was just in 2025. Wow.
I mean,
so that's cool.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me that, or
I got you.
All right.
I'm trying to find the actual the documents, instead of what. Yeah, because here, let's see if this.
Let me see. What's going on here? Are these girls strong? Tammy's saying.
I hope so. Sometimes I be lacking, man. Sometimes it's a little bit much, right, Brenda? Because
yes, had that they with the FBI. Yeah, that's the thing is they only gave me 2 options. One of them was for the internet crimes, and it's a difference. So maybe there's some different stuff going on there with the FBI. Maybe they cleared some of these assholes out of there that were wearing the uniforms or saying that they're there to serve and protect.
Okay, here he is.
Taking advantage of the situation.
He said, what does that say, Brenda? That message that he just put, NYC doc. What does it say? I'm gonna put it in my screen's broke.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so
the NYC
www.ada.gov /NYC DOC RIKERS .htm.
Okay. Oops. What happened? I missed it. Okay. Sorry.
So
I got you.
ada.gov it stands for New York City.
Okay. Document. Okay.
DOC. Rikers. Rikers is RIKERS.
Okay.
I never knew how to spell Rikers. Rikers Island.
I always thought it was RYK. Maybe. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Here's the settlement agreement between the United States of America and Yes, Francesca Amato. Yes. She's good people. Whereas the United States of America, by its attorney David N. Kelly, United States for the Southern District of New York, received a complaint from an inmate in the custody of New York City Department of Correction alleging that DOC violated Title II of the American Disability Act of 1990, ADA, 42 USC 12131. Okay. So let's see. And whereas the complainant alleged, among other things, that the DOC had not designated a responsible employee to coordinate DOC's efforts. Oh yeah. They have to have a designated employee, Brenda, to carry out those things, like those complaints and everything. Yes, ma'am. That's what he's. Oh,
well, my husband was being threatened by the guards as well with pepper spray, and that's they ordered the inmates to dump out his locker, stuff like that.
So so they said the DOC had not designated a responsible employee to coordinate DOC's efforts to comply with DOC's obligations under the ADA with respect to DOC inmates, and refused the complainant with the name, office address, and telephone number of that employee. 28 CFR 35.107. That's a big one, Brenda. 28. What did I say? 28 CFR 35.107. That's a good, yeah.
Dude, I don't even have a pen.
It's okay. I got it written down for you, girl. I got it right here. Whereas under Title II of the ADA, see, that's where we don't realize the ADA, Title II, Title III. You know what I'm saying? Like there's the ADA is where a lot of our answers are. If you really, it's like the hidden secret that they don't tell us. You know what I'm saying, Brenda? Yeah. You never hear anybody say anything about the ADA, honestly. Like I've heard very few. I mean, that one guy, he even blocked me on TikTok, the ADA advocate or whatever, and I don't know what the hell why. Like what? I mean, dude, what did I do so wrong to you, man? Like, I swear to God, he blocked me. I was like, well, up yours, buddy. Like, yeah. Let me finish reading this. Whereas under no qualified individual with a disability shall, by reason of such disability, be excluded from participation in or be denied the benefits of the services, programs, or activity of a public entity, or be subject to discrimination by such entity. 42 USC 12132.
And Henry says on ADA Title II.
Yes, and that's what of the ADA, yes.
Right.
And then it says the DOC is a public entity for purposes of 42 USC 12132. So Chris those officers fall under the public entity of that. So they are discriminating against him and keeping him from being able to utilize his ADA rights and be like he's being excluded from being PC. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they are public entity and they're totally denying him that under 42 USC 12132 and the implementing regulations under 28 CFR 35.104. And that's another one we got to remember. Yeah. 104. I'm going to write that down. That's 28 CFR. Okay. So let's see. And where
the wrong thing.
You're good.
I was trying to just type it in and leave a note, and I'm trying to search for.
Well, I got this actual document right here. Like he took me straight to the document, girl. Like straight to it. I would have been on a wild goose chase. Like, so it says, whereas a public entity with 50 or more employees, which the prison system definitely has 50 or more employees, right? DOC is obligated under ADA to designate at least one employee to coordinate its efforts to comply with and carry out its responsibilities under any complaint communicated. So like when you complained, they didn't do shit, Brenda. Nothing. Yep. They're supposed to have one designated employee that can.
He reads a sign that's right over there by the phone saying, if you need help, you can have your family contact these different places.
That's right.
Which I did.
Yes, you did, and they didn't.
I got nowhere with the Department of Corrections and whoever's above all that crap.
So they said that. Hold on, I lost myself. Designate at least one employee to carry out its responsibilities, including any investigation of complaint communicated to it alleging its noncompliance with this part of alleging any actions that would be prohibited under 28 CFR 35.107, and the ADA also obligates DOC to make available to all interested individuals the name, office, address, and telephone number of the employee or employees designated, like you said, what they have posted, right? Pursuant to this paragraph 28 CFR 35.107, and whereas the ADA obligates DOC to adopt and publish grievance procedures, which that's what you would have been doing, a grievance, right? Providing for prompt and equitable resolution, okay? Equitable resolution of complaints alleging any action that we prohibited by that part of 28 CFR 35.107 in the B section. It's in parentheses.
I was thinking the other aspect of this, Danielle, is how I told you about this false bulletin or threat tag that we have on it. And, if it carries through the court system, don't you think that's going to carry through the jail system and prison systems as well, where you're tagged as some type of threat to law enforcement? Okay, that's what the bulletin says. And I write something like because it's a failed system. If you're that you've never committed a crime in your life, okay, and we found out about how we had this threat tag
Bye,
on
Tammy. Good night.
Wow.
Tammy said bye. Tammy's saying bye, Brenda.
Oh.
Good night, Tammy. Get some rest.
Right.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for coming in. I was wondering where you've been, Tammy.
It's good to see her, and I'm sorry she had a stroke.
Wednesdays, and I Fridays has not been working out. But I
your schedule, Brenda.
Later night Fridays, and we'll try to start doing Saturdays here.
No.
So we'll do like a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday type thing. If it's
Did
not
they
Friday,
ever tell you if they had a disability rights coordinator? What is this? My dog got loose, and she's in the rain just having a blast. This dog is crazy.
Oh my God!
I don't know how she got out, but she is.
Was I telling you that, Danielle, how my two little chickens got caught on the rain?
No, did they enjoy it?
I had to dry them off with a towel. They were
Gosh, I thought this dog was so prissy. Like, no, she's out here freaking running away from bro. Like, she's like totally running from them.
Oh my God, she's having a ball. She said, "Wow, this feels good out here." Right?
Look, Brenda. He says, he said you're looking too much at what they did. Make them show compliancy. So you know how you say when you tell them that they need to enforce it, and stick with that. Instead of like if we point fingers at them, you know what I'm saying? We talked about this. Yeah. Bye, Tammy. And I know Brenda, because look, Brenda, y'all, I know she got on these people's butts like a lot, like different areas. And when they really piss her off, oh boy, you don't want to bring back Brenda.
That's the thing that I'm always polite. I'm nice. I'm not somebody that gets on the phone and yells with anybody.
No. And you feel disrespected.
Very calmly tell them what the situation is,
And then when you like that one, when we were calling that, like when Chris had the surgery or whatnot, they wanted to sit there and play as soon as you said something, and then about the DOC or him being in prison, it's like, whoa, they didn't want no part of it. Remember that?
This is Chris when he was a younger man.
Yeah. This is a guy that's been in the military, y'all, a veteran. Don't have no record.
He has the U.S. Air Force T-shirt on. This was before he even.
But this family's been targeted since when, Brenda? When did y'all first get targeted? Like before they took the kids?
No, it was 2011 when it started.
2011, and that's when that was up in Maine.
It has to do with the Department of Justice, and at that time, and that was Obama's administration. And now they're coming out with all these problems with Obama and Hillary and all that.
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean,
I still want to know about this vote and stuff.
Because this is a huge, especially seeing that Chris had applied for Department of Justice programs jobs.
Yep.
He tried to get a job with the FBI.
Was going to be a sheriff.
I have his resumes and all this other stuff and any responses.
Very smart man.
And then all of a sudden you're going to target this man. He was a private investigator for many years. So I'm sorry that he was exposing these crimes within law enforcement, but why not? What is the problem to do that?
And then after they took the kids.
I think he's a victim of being a whistleblower, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, Brenda, because think about it. When they took your kids, how many years later? Look at what year is this? 2025. When did Chris get locked up? 2024? From 2017?
2024, March, yes.
Non-compliant is discrimination. Keep simple and stupid. Then when you have the 28 CFR 35.107, persuade a person, tell your story. So like when he says what he means, like keep it simple and stupid, stern and mean your shit. Like don't like
spill it all out like I always do. Like you got to keep it to the basics.
But no emotions. Make the record. Put it on the record. Call their ass out. Put it there. Don't let the emotions. Don't point fingers. But keep it stern and stupid though. Like
I swear that I could play that video or that I had.
Oh, Brent, I thought you were about to say something else.
Told me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I thought you were about to say something else. Oh, I can play that role really good. I'm like, well, that's what we need to do.
Because I contacted a lady at the hospital that my husband went to get his stitches in or whatever, staples, and she's telling me she had a
Yes,
son
John, I will.
that was
Definitely.
incarcerated for many years, and she's telling me and encouraging me to call everybody and anybody you can think of, governor,
Non-compliant
senator,
is discrimination.
because
They're
he's
just-
saying what she says is that the people in the jail don't give a damn in the prisons.
Who said that? Who said that?
The lady that was familiar with the prison system, the same. She was like a lady that answered the phones at the hospital.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't, Brenda. We've been locked up. They don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
If they're there to do that. I mean, but that's the thing. What did Henry just say a minute ago? He said something about don't use the HR department. What did he say? Hold on, let me find it.
Oh, human related. Okay, so
he said they are just they're not employee. You and son are user. You do not use HR department. So but you have to because they're discriminating against Chris. John, I definitely will.
Discrimination. Keep it simple. Then you will have the 28 CFR 35.107.
That's his favorite. Yes.
Tell your story. Make the record, Danielle. I hope,
he was hope that he his email. I got the email, and I'm going to definitely. I was going to do a show about that probably tomorrow.
He had to jump through some hoops, but he hopes you got the email.
Okay, and so what Henry's talking about, the brief, Brenda, is the brief that he wrote, and I'll give you that information. And that's, he said, read it until the end, because I'm telling you that'll have a lot of. And Brenda, I know, because
don't say anything until
you.
Okay.
Yes, because when he was reading it to me, like us on the show before your show tonight, I was like, man, Brenda would be all about. Yeah, that's what I was doing, and I heard you like talking to Darren. Darren, y'all better get.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good, but no, that was Henry.
I was glad I messaged Darren earlier. I'm like. Dude, I'm gonna do a show later, so I was like surprised.
I didn't even realize what time it was, and I was like, "Man, wait a minute!" And then he said, "And then
I literally had woke up from a nap like 5 minutes before Darren called. I was like,
"Oh man, I figured you would have seen Henry on, and that would have caught your because Henry, like, what he says is really read Rikers. Oh no, Riker, you said read Rikers. Did you not say? Oh, okay, let me finish reading that. Let me finish reading Rikers.
Okay.
Read Rikers. He's like, read Rikers now. Yes, we got this. Yes, he knows his girl, like with the ADA, because nobody ever talks about ADA, and then that's
and I think we've talked about it on the show several times, but never had so much knowledge. Thanks for joining, Henry. I appreciate it.
Yes, and I look forward to. So let me finish where we were at. Okay, so the United States is also authorized to bring a civil action to enforce Title II of the ADA should the United States be unable to secure voluntary compliance by the public entity. C-42 USC 12133. Okay. And then it says, hold on, where am I at? I lost my, 28 CFR Part 35 Subpart F, and the United States and DOC have the mutual goal of resolving the complaint and ensuring the DOC complies with the requirements of Title II of, dang it, I keep losing my spot. Jeez. Title II, and where appropriate, to negotiate and enter into agreements to securely voluntary compliance with the law. So that's 28 CFR 35 1.170 to 173. And the United States is also, we talked about the civil action to enforce Title II. So Brenda, they talk about Title II of the ADA, okay? And should they be unable to secure voluntary compliance, C-42 USC 12133 and 28 CFR Part 35 Subpart F. So the United States and DOC have the mutual goal of resolving the complaint. So the United States is here with them, the DOC, Brenda. So so it's like they're guiding, and complies with the requirements of Title II in resolving the mutual goal of resolving the complaint, ensuring that the DOC complies with the requirements of Title II of the ADA as set forth above. Whereas to resolve the complaint under investigation, the United States and DOC hereby enter into this voluntary compliance agreement. Now, therefore, it is hereby agreed by between the United States and New York City Department of Corrections as follows. First, 1, disability rights coordinator for inmates. Did they ever tell you? Oh, so, wow. Did they ever mention that to you, Brenda? DOC shall designate 1 employee with responsibility to coordinate DOC's efforts to comply with and carry out its responsibilities under the ADA with respect to inmates, the disability rights coordinator for inmates. Wow, I didn't. Yes, John, definitely. And I will definitely be.
Yeah.
The duties and responsibilities. So the disability rights coordinator for inmates shall have the responsibility and authority to ensure that procedures for the prompt and equitable resolution of ADA complaints, I want to say compliments, but it's not compliments, it's complaints, by inmates and or requests by inmates with disabilities, Brenda, for reasonable accommodations are in place, publicized and implemented, process, investigate, and promptly act upon inmate complaints and or requests for reasonable accommodation. Ensure that the staff who interact with inmates, listen to this shit, with inmates with disabilities are provided with adequate and appropriate information and training on ADA issues. Ensure that inmates with disabilities, inmates with disabilities, I just lost it, hold on.
Well,
are
can I
provided with.
interrupt you there for a minute because it's very weird because they wanted to, like, the guards deny knowing anything about speak of the devil, there he is. Yeah, they did I know anything about his situation.
Who, Chris?
Yeah. That they can't help him because they don't know about this. They don't know what you're just reading right now.
Well, you just heard it, that they are supposed to ensure that if these officers are interacting with the inmates, that they are fully aware and knowledgeable of how to handle a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? And ensure that who interact with inmates with disabilities are provided with adequate and appropriate information and training on ADA issues. Ensure that, my phone's dying. Ensure that inmates with disabilities are housed in facilities that accommodate their disabilities, Brenda, and that all applicable DOC facilities and programs are ADA compliant. Boom. Compile and maintain such information concerning inmates with disabilities in the custody of DOC as is necessary to carry out the duties and responsibilities. And then, let's see where we're at. Develop and maintain an inventory of written materials and other resources concerning ADA compliance, which they definitely don't have, including without limitation laws. Brenda, just listen for now. It will come. Yeah, and that was her husband that was just calling Henry. So he will know, he'll be able to say that. I can tell you they don't even have a disability rights coordinator. It's okay, Henry. Let me see, where was I at, y'all? Carry out the duties, responsibilities, develop and maintain an inventory, including without limitation laws, regulations, reference materials, educational materials, and otherwise coordinate DOC's efforts to comply with and carry out its responsibilities under the ADA with respect to inmates. The disability rights coordinator for inmates shall also serve as a resource for inmates, other DOC employees, and for representatives of federal, state, and city government agencies who have questions regarding DOC inmates with disabilities. So it's like a go-to person, like a resource they're accessible that they can access at any time if they have any questions or need them. And for representative federal, state, and city government agencies who have questions regarding DOC inmates, DOC obligations with respect to inmates with disabilities, DOC procedures concerning ADA compliance. The disability right coordinator for inmates shall be a full-time position, y'all. DOC shall not give the disability right coordinator for inmates duties and responsibilities that are unrelated to ADA compliance. So it's got to be strictly ADA compliant. They are for the coordinator for inmates shall be generally available during normal business hours to respond to inmate requests and complaints and answer questions from and provide advice and assistance to DOC and facility personnel if actual experience under this agreement for a period of at least 1 year demonstrates that employee designated for inmates can effectively carry out the duties and responsibilities on less than a full-time basis. They may request a consent to modify the requirements of this paragraph to provide the employee designated as disability rights. This applies for CBS, and so this applies for CBS as well, not just DO, Department of Corrections, y'all. Y'all do see what Henry's saying, right? And activity of the state. So this is the federal government, y'all, saying that the states have to implement this, and they're not doing it. You know why? Because we got to be the voice, y'all. We got to be the ones to push this shit. They may, to provide the employee designated as disability rights coordinator for inmates with additional duties unrelated, which consent of the United States shall not unreasonably be withheld. Any such request for consent shall be supported by documentation and information adequate to the satisfaction of the United States. DOC shall develop a job description for the position of the disability rights coordinator for inmates. The job description shall include all duties, responsibilities, and qualifications set forth in this. The qualifications, hold on now. Okay. Qualifications shall establish qualifications for the position of disability rights coordinator for inmates sufficient to ensure that the disability rights coordinator for inmates possess the educational background, experience, and skills necessary to carry out all the duties and responsibilities for this position, and the knowledge and experience dealing with the legal rights of a person with disabilities. Because that's where they fail us a lot, y'all. You know, there's a lot of people that have disabilities and there's nobody educated or that fills a role like that we can go to, not in the courthouse, not anywhere. I think I had this discussion like last year, and there was nobody that would that was no disability rights coordinator. So they shall not designate any person to serve as or maintain in that position who does not possess the requisite background, experience, and skills in carrying out the duties and responsibilities of this position. So they have to be knowledgeable, know the legal rights and the obligations of the public entities under federal and state disability laws. So this person's got to know federal and state. The training, the DOC shall provide the disability rights coordinator for inmates with such training as necessary to ensure that the disability rights coordinator for inmates is fully knowledgeable about the legal rights of inmates with disabilities and the legal obligations of DOC with respect to I just lost my, hold on, y'all. With respect, where am I at? I'll provide training that's fully knowledgeable about the legal rights and respect to inmates with disabilities. Information concerning the DOC shall modify existing directive rules and policies and procedures concerning the screening and classification to inmates upon entry into the custody of DOC to ensure that when a person with a claiming of a disability is received into the custody of the DOC, the disability rights coordinator for inmates is advised within 24 hours, or if intake occurs the weekend or a public holiday, of the inmate's name, the nature of the inmate's disability, and any request of accommodation made by that inmate. Facility contact person. In addition to designating a disability rights coordinator, the DOC shall designate at least one civilian administrative employee who is permanently assigned to each correctional facility within DOC at which any inmate with a disability is housed to serve as disability rights contact person for that facility. They shall serve as a liaison between inmates in the facility and the disability rights coordinator for inmates, like a middleman. Serve as on-site for inmates with disabilities and may refer informal requests for reasonable accommodations and informal complaints about noncompliance with the ADA at the facility to the disability rights coordinator for inmates. Disability rights coordinator facility contact person may also implement any responsible remedial action directed by the disability rights coordinator to disability rights contact person as necessary to ensure that their ability to serve effectively. This is awesome for Brenda. There you go, Brenda. Disseminate of contact information. They shall publicize to all inmates and make available to inmate advocates and representatives. Is that the tornado siren going? I know, right? The name, I'm sailing away. I'm just kidding, y'all.
He says, Brenda, just listen now, and then it will all come together. Yeah.
And then, but you see what he says, this applies for CPS and any other state program, and it does, because they're supposed, I was just thinking about that, because in the courthouse, they're supposed to have a disability rights coordinator. Tammy's back. Hey, Tammy, you couldn't sleep, hun. You had to come. She missed us.
We got her riled up. She can't sleep.
Yeah. So they're supposed to have a disability rights coordinator and a disability rights facility contact person, like a middleman, okay, at each facility, Brenda. So there should be someone set there for them for when they put a grievance or a complaint in, and to meet their needs, because yeah. And they should also have information when they come in and they book these people in, like in the prisons. They're supposed to, when they book them in and they, where was it at? That they do that, they house them with a disability is housed to serve as what
A certain
to meet their
area,
needs.
they have their
Yes.
own
Yes.
specific pod or whatever.
Yes.
Like
Yes. That's right.
they also have a veterans dorm that they haven't
Yep.
put him in. I mean, there's these other options. The faith base, he had an interview before.
Oh, here you
But
go.
somebody that's a transvestite runs around, tears his clothes off, and then they go into the faith
Do
based
they
dorm
put
instead of him.
it's a male, or I mean, I guess was a male when they were born and they put him in a, I mean, see, that was
No
always
idea.
a big,
Just
that
all
was
of
always a
sudden
big,
he was there and then he was gone because he got to go in the faith based dorm.
yeah,
The thing
those,
is, they don't even have a chaplain there now. How is
now
that for the
that's
inmates not to
crazy.
even have a chaplain?
Well, you need to look up what Florida law, like when they would approve actions like this, if there's anything like that for this the DOC, because it said right here that it was supposed to be 120 days after the effective date of this agreement, the DOC shall admit to the United States for its approval. What do you say?
I should have brought in, see if I could get a hold of that Rick Martin. Rick Martin knows about all this that has to do with the veteran stuff and how these prisons are supposed to be.
Well, they're also supposed to have corrective action. What did Henry say right there? My grandpa fallout for World War II, and oh, okay.
Wow.
He would be
that's interesting. Tammy, she mentions the fallout for World War II and the Korean War. Chris's dad was in the Korean War.
My papa was in World War II and that war. Yep. And I got on Ancestry. I went back on Ancestry and seen that. And that's what's cool. My mom did go like way back. Like, I'm like, it's kind of scary, really. I'm like, whoa, like, I don't want to know some things, but it's okay. But I got my papa's. I got his honorable discharge papers and everything. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's nice.
I never knew that. Yeah, his awards, like the ribbons he had, and I'm gonna end up. I gotta get his shadow box sets up at my dad's house. I know they better not have threw it away. I'm gonna be pissed.
Man, I remember my uncle when I was like actually it was like a great uncle because it was my grandma's brother. I think that would be my great uncle. But in any case, he was, staying in her house, and he was a veteran, and they had the whole flag in his room. They had a whole room dedicated to him, where he's, when he stayed. And then I went to sleep over my grandma's afterwards. I was like,
right?
I don't want to sleep in that room. No, thank you.
Brenda, you see this? It said each year, okay, that they are the anniversary date of them accepting that agreement on the term of the agreement. They're supposed to have they're supposed to provide a narrative of the report of actions. Like every year they have to do a report on the anniversary date, and they like an annual monitoring and compliance, and they're not annual report and review, and they're not doing that. And if they had any like thing that they had to correct, they have to write what they did. And I don't see them doing that where Chris is at.
I just pulled out something from my thing where I did the compass in there, and,
that big test they give you
about, Chris's case is like with the interstate compact, whatever you want to call it, that
extradition
from it gets back to the extradition. It shouldn't even have happened. It's ridiculous.
And that would have been his ADA rights too. And that would have, does that fall under the habeas corpus?
Oh, look at that. Florida mom said William and her family was World War II and paratroopers instructor. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Paratrooper instructor.
And it's funny, but you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to erase all that history from us. Yeah. Trying to make us robots, like program us. Because I can tell you, I feel stupid sometimes when I go back and I'm like, wait a minute, I should know this.
I should have seen this. I should have caught on to this before.
I mean, we are like the last generation that before social media, like we are.
You think you are? Hello.
when I was growing up, the World Wide Web come out.
She's the same age as my oldest son.
We had the floppy disk, like the black floppy disk that you could freaking juggle around the Oregon Trail. Damn you, Mississippi River. You know, I can never get across the damn Mississippi River.
Danielle is my pretend adopted daughter. My pretend
Yeah, and she's gonna come over to Georgia and kick some people's butt. She's like, don't be messing with my girl. Man, I've been just like, Georgia, man, it's time for me to get the hell out of this state.
Well,
it's too, you know, this is how I feel. I feel like us over here on this side, on this coast, like the East Coast, is gonna move out to the West. Like we're fixing to like settlers. Like we're fixing to settle somewhere else, and they're gonna come out this way. I swear to God, I had a dream like that. He said 3 years self. Oh, there you go, Brenda. 3 years self-evaluation and 5 years to make changes to compliancy. That's exactly so. So that's how long they have, and that's what you need to go watch his show, Brenda. That show he just did.
Okay.
That's what he talks about. Like that shirt was perfect.
Let me know what's going on. Nobody ever send me a fucking invite if you're going on my show.
You were sleeping. Well, that was the show before, like the show.
That's right. Yeah. I finally fell asleep. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I swear to God, I was going ever since, and I don't even know how long I slept. I know it was dark.
I'm definitely gonna watch it
when I went to sleep, and it's dark.
John, I'm gonna do a show about that probably tomorrow, like later in the day tomorrow, because I need to catch up on my shows. About that robot comment. Yes, that look. See the robot comment. See that robot comment, because if that show me and Darren did a while back after we were talking about the incubator babies of like 18. What was that? The orphan train movement.
20 or what was it?
1892. Yeah, no, it was not now 1920. It was still going on with Georgia Tan. Remember that damn crazy woman up in, I forgot where she was, but that was telling the parents that their kids were passed on and then selling them to, families. And she got away with like 5,000 of those, doing kids like that, families. Georgia Tan. And I'm afraid that a lot of
Danielle, the same subject. I wish I had a little picture when I turn off my camera you don't have one. You're using the Punisher's one, but mine just says BC. I got to figure out.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it, because you can put your own in there. And
maybe we can do the little symbol. See, that's on the belly of the Bringing Brenda Back. Do you have that?
Do you have that?
I do.
You got to stay calm. You got to stay strong for that boy, Florida mom. Right. Trust me, for the time that I, with my son out in Devereaux, and still till this day, I have to stay, and I thank God for my aunt, man, because.
I think this even information that Henry's been talking about could be helpful to Florida's mom.
Yes, y'all. What he is talking about, I'm gonna tell you. And that's why I'm glad that Darren was so persistent about me going on that show. Because, look, I just pop up in the comment section and he's like, Danielle, get on the show now. Okay. Oh, yes, sir. But I'm glad he did, because you know what? This could prove a lot in my son's situation and even my brother's. Think about it. I got a special needs disabled brother that they are totally rocking his world and not even doing shit for him, And Brenda, you need to read this and get your son his there you go. You have ADA association rights, file for their needs, and who is 28. There you go, for where he is. So that's a good way where we can find Chris. See that, Brenda? Yeah. Did little Chris have any? He was disabled too, wasn't he?
No, they said that in the beginning, but it wasn't true. And then
but it could be now, right?
He could be now. He's probably got.
You're welcome, Florida.
Disorder. I don't know. Who knows if they've been medicating him? Like you said, your son comes back under all these medications, and then
it totally changed him.
Anybody knows that if you are taking medication, you can't just all of a sudden stop it without somebody like.
And that's remember me calling you, Brenda, and how he was acting, and we had to. All his labs were totally off, and it's like they did it purposely. And that's what they did. But it totally changed his even his physical look. It changed. He looked like a zombie from Tales from the Crypt, I swear. Like his he wasn't himself. You know what I mean? All state program services and activities applies all states under the 80. Yeah. All state. See that, Brenda?
Wow. Also, wow.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. It should be. It's like the way it should be. Ooh, the orphan training incubators, artificial wombs, and
Yep.
now WEF
Yep.
devotes, and 15-minute cities,
Yep.
AI plans,
Yep.
WD plans, like
Ectolife.
James Bond, right?
Ectolife.
Exactly.
That's the newest thing. It's like the incubator babies.
Ta-da! Oh,
They
sorry.
would they like the circus freaks, like the freaks of the circus. Like that's where they would put these incubator babies on like display, and you could go pay 25 cents to go see them. Like what the freak? Like
Chemically medicated
yes,
her son without any knowledge. Florida
with
mom's.
those meds. Please read for what you need to ask for.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So everything, and that's
Oh,
it's
did you send that to me, Danielle, by the way?
yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
send it to you now. And plus, well, you also want to look at his brief. That's what he's talking about as well. And I'll give you that, Brenda, too. Okay.
Okay.
That's gonna have a lot of information as well. But he said the Riker Island thing too, right? Okay.
I gotta start getting rid of some of this junk on my phone. I swear to
Man,
God.
I think mine deletes on its own, and it sucks because I'm like, I know.
I'm thinking I got so many emails that maybe I can't get any more in at this point.
Well, if you need to send anything, I got that drive for you and Chris. Yeah. And trust me, I got 2 terabytes and 5 million devices. We can find some storage space. Trust me.
Oh, everybody! I got a brand new Obama phone.
Oh yeah,
And
those suck, don't they? Like they're slower than
I
shit.
gotta show y'all. I got a brand. I covered on it.
Where's my other
I'm
tablet?
using an eyeglass case that slides in there perfectly. I don't know
He
why.
said, "Read, please read for what you need."
Let me
Very
see what
smart
else I
man.
got laying around that might be interesting.
See, because
I got
Henry is bringing up stuff that nobody has ever. That's why he'd like to get with like Dave Wiggle, Gunner, Tanawa Downing, because what he's saying, none of them are saying. I mean, yeah, Gunner said a little bit. The
maybe
88
we all could do a show like
We
figure
should.
out a day that everybody like me, you, Henry, and Darren all do a show.
I think he does. I think he does them on. Henry, are you going to be doing shows on Saturdays? Like tonight? Is today Saturday or Sunday? God, my days of
Saturday night.
God, this weekend's been pure hell.
For me, it's still the second for me.
Oh,
Y'all are in the time warp again.
He said read Rikers. Okay, because I know Rikers is going to hit a lot of your stuff. I read a lot of it. I have a disc with 4 terabytes. I wish, John.
Same thing with if you think about it, how we talked about how my son was available for
he said reread.
Adopting his siblings. And it's supposed to be made in the best interest of the children, to get back to that. But the thing is that it says relative adoptive placement for foster children. It's under 65C-16.002, adoptive family selection, siblings. When
he said read it.
Adoptive placement sibling group consideration must include the fact that the sibling relationship is a long-lasting relationship for a child, longest-lasting relationship, and placing siblings together whenever possible reserves a family unit.
So, Brenda, back to this Riker thing real quick. The enforcement. Let's read, because he said read. What did he say? Reread now. He'll talk now. So maybe, because he will tell us some things because what he's saying is, because you need to get on this like now. Because this is stuff that you're
it's
like,
present. It's present. Right.
Yeah, and you feel like you're going in a circle and getting nowhere. Remember you said that. So here, and I mean, look, you're the first person I thought of when I was on the show with him. So here's the enforcement. Where am I at? Wait. All right.
Oh, Henry says he could come on and talk now. I don't know.
Is that what he said?
I don't know. We've been on for how long, Danielle? We
started 2.5 hours. We do have to get off, and like the next, we only got like 10 more minutes of that.
Yeah, and then I could get caught up on some of the stuff that he's sending.
Yeah, but if he's able to talk like off the show, that would be cool. Yeah. But that's up to you.
Yeah, we could do a call all together if you want.
That's up to you. That's
Because
up
I
to
got
y'all.
nothing going on.
Me neither. But definitely, like, because we haven't even gotten to the enforcement or the compliance or certifications
Right.
and report. Because, like it says, within 120 days after the effective date, DOC shall certify the United States that it has complied with all the provisions of this agreement. Such certification shall be accompanied by narrative report that includes a description. So this is for all the DOCs everywhere, Brenda. I'm
trying to think of how long he's actually been in the DOC. I'm gonna have to look that up too.
Who? Chris?
Yeah.
Whenever he got sentenced to prison. That's when he got put in DOC. That was
okay.
What, December? No,
That
January.
was December. He got
2024, right?
He got there
Yep.
in January.
Yeah. So they sent him off quick.
Yeah, and that's what I was just thinking because we're talking about different cases. Like, well, that's
She
not even
missed it.
a year, not even a year, right?
Okay, so she missed it. It takes a lot of time because you pick up more every time you read. True. So it's like you got to reread it to keep learning more. That is so true.
Like me and Danielle said, we go to a fact is we print it out so we can have it
and
in front of our
remember
face.
the investigative summary, what I picked up on after rereading it like 15 times and stuff that we didn't even, like the lawyer didn't even catch.
The first 5 times we were looking at it. And sometimes I'll put it up on the big screen, my email, and just so that I could do it that way too. Like, and then that's been working out for me lately too.
You hear that, Brenda? See what he said? He said, Brenda, call me. Tiffer Darren has his number. Okay, so we'll have to get it from Tiffer Darren. And he said he does not care what you have to do tonight. You must reread Rikers. So we'll have to do that, Brenda, when we get off here, because I know that our time, we got to save time for a show tonight. So let me make sure to save this.
Dave Chappelle show where they got the timer clock and they say, okay, it's time to wrap it up.
So let me make sure. Okay,
I love Dave Chappelle. Sorry to say.
Think Darren might still be up, and definitely with Florida Mom, I'm gonna look into that too and call and find out what's up there. But yeah, we're gonna have to
us. This has been a great, fabulous show.
John, I'll be on doing a show about that email he sent today. Okay. We'll do that.
Yeah, because I got all day tomorrow, Danielle.
Today.
So
it's after midnight. Oh, you're still you're
still tomorrow for me.
Right. It's not for me.
To 12.
It's Sunday.
And we're gonna be wrapping it up.
I'm a day ahead of myself. Holy crap.
Bringing it back. We'll bring it back to tonight, Danielle.
Yeah. See how much I get wore out this week, and go AWOL again. I'm just kidding. Henry said he's up. He's up. So we're definitely gonna reach out to Darren and get his number. I got that right here. But definitely we'll be in touch with you, Henry, probably in the next 20-30 minutes. Once we end the show and everything. And Florida Mom, keep your head up, Chris. Everybody that's listening, y'all are still fighting this. Keep your heads up. Don't give up. And I will help out as much as I can. Florida Mom, I told you what I will do. And John, I will definitely do a show, Dr. Death. If you're still out there, please reach out to me. I know you have been. I really have been AWOL. I really have. Y'all have had a lot going on in my home life.
I should talk to Dr. Death as well, because I think
and I just put a stop to that today, y'all. Y'all would be really proud of me. Boom, it's over. It's done. But anyhow, so y'all just keep calling these people out, and like Henry said, we got to be the voice. We cannot keep on with these people. Like, they're not going to do anything if we don't step up. So we got to step up, show out, and let them know who's boss. Let's get our kids and get our country back. Let's stand up for what's right.
Good. Right? We got to get the familia bond back, and I'm thanking Tammy.
Our rights back, everything.
The show. I'll be praying for your health.
Please keep Tammy in your prayers.
Keep up with it. Try to keep yourself healthy, because we got to be strong for this fight. Because obviously we didn't want the fight in the first place, but it became one, and we'll never give up on it.
We ain't giving up. We coming. We ain't stopping. We coming. We coming. We're in it. So everybody be good, be safe. Love y'all. Have a good night. And until next time,
thanks for joining.
It's Danielle and Brenda, and we are signing off. Thanks everybody. Have a good night.
shadow of the peach state, where the magnolias bloom so late. A child stands alone in fear, wishing someone would hold them near. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectors on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. ICPC send them far and wide, across the borders where they divide. Families waiting with open arms to shield them from all worldly harms. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectors on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Oh, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Though the journey's tough, the road is long, singing out this hopeful song. Every child deserves a chance to find their home, their love, their dance. No more darkness, no more tears, just a future free from fears. With each step they grow so strong, in a place where they belong. Through the bridges of Georgia's care.